Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Data here, and welcome to year number 8, the 2007-08 season with the Ottawa Senators in our career mode series with them on Hockey Legacy Manager 25, moving into year number 16 of this episode number 16 of this series for year number 8. Welcome this morning for what is the second of 5 streams over 24 hours, the first of 4 to come today on Saturday, June 21st, as a part of a little marathon. Very busy over the last week, finishing up a lot of things with work, and I'll be leaving the country within the week as well to go and do things for my upcoming wedding. There's a lot going on here in the channel, but it provides an opportunity for some people who might be in Europe or maybe not always in the right time zone for the evening streams. So we'll have one this morning, Eastern Standard Time, with Hockey Legacy Manager 25. We'll be live later on this afternoon with MLB The Show 25, our next Blue Jays episode, as well as NHL 25, our next Islanders episode. And we'll wrap it up all tonight with our mock draft, with channel members being guests in that one. Jenzy McKenzie, welcome to the stream. So if you're joining us after, whatever point here in the series, let me just quickly recap where we have been with the Senators. Here's my little Excel sheet for all of that. Through 7 years with the Senators, we've had incredible regular season success. 46 wins in the beginning, then 55, 49, 53, 53, 58, and last season in 06-07, a 61-win season. We've won back-to-back President's Trophies. We've won 3 President's Trophies in the last 4 years. 4 consecutive division titles and conference titles. We made the postseason 7 years in a row, but just one Stanley Cup for all of that success. Over the last couple of years, we've had back-to-back second-round exits. We've only made it to the Eastern Conference Final or further, obviously, twice through 7 years, despite winning 46 games or more every single time. Our playoff record has not been great. We were 5-7 this year, 7-4 last year. So over the last 2 seasons, our 2 winningest years, 58 wins and 61 wins, we are 12-11. Yeah. So Igor Kotasnikov did win the Rocket Richard last year. Wade Redden won another Paul Coffey Award. A 3rd consecutive Jack Adams to Peter Sullivan. A lot of things to be proud of with Senators, but still some issues to work out. Speaking of issues to work out, Gavin, hey, Data, got a stomach bug today, so it was a good day to relax in bed and watch the streaming marathon. Oh, Gavin, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm glad that at least coincides with a day that there's a ton of entertainment coming your way, but sorry to hear that, my friend. Sorry, my screen went on for a second. Okay. I'm not a doctor, but usually ginger goes a long way for me when it comes to relaxing the stomach. Let me go ahead and get HLM ready to go now. And there we go. Glad to have you aboard, Gavin. Hope that this will somehow soothe you and your stomach a little bit as we get your mind off all those things. So to begin the 07-08 season, number 8, the last episode we had was obviously, let me just go full screen here, the off season. In the off season, we saw some major changes, saying goodbye to Radek Bonk, to Marian Hossa. We have to make a lot of changes to this team because the youth is graduating. We need to give them the ice time. Incredible, shocking even growth to guys like Milas, who's up to an 88 overall. Our top 9 right now looks like Koltaspikov, Getzlaf, and Savard on the first line. Second line, ginger tea and chicken noodle soup for me this morning. Exactly. That's what I like to hear, Gavin. That's what I like to hear. Second line, Eriksson, Milas, and Camilleri. Milas is a crazy one. Before I even continue, I got to talk about Milas. Take a look at the depth chart here. Now, Jesse Milas was a 5th round pick of ours, 150th overall in the 2004 draft. Since then, we're moving into 07-08. It's been a few years since he was drafted. He's now 22 years of age. He had the low top 6 potential. I think it was even low top 9. Could it be that it got better? Anyways, from a 66 overall to a 73, big jump, up to an 80, okay, in Belleville, 134 points in 82 games. And then boom, from 80 to 88. And now he's ready not only for the NHL, but to be a second-line centerman for us here in Ottawa. So that's an incredible story that we're looking forward to seeing the continuation of. Mike Camilleri on that second line with Louis Eriksson, like we said. Third line now, Chuck Kobasu, who has been another growth candidate, who's been really impressive in that sense. Alexei Yashin, who was our second-line center. He'll now be demoted to third-line center. He's 33 now. Yeah, 33, 87 overall. Time to start taking a step back for him, most likely. Same for Daniel Alfredsson, our captain. He's won his Stanley Cup here. He's down to an 86 at 34 years of age. He'll be playing a third-line role this year. On the fourth line, Johan Franzen, Rich Peverly, and Kyle Okposo, who, yes, is an 85 overall, but he was a huge surprise for us. He'll be on our top 6 next year when someone like Yashin, or maybe even Alfredsson, but probably Yashin is gone for next season. Kyle Okposo was our first-round pick. Let me go back to the depth chart here. Kyle Okposo. He was our first-round pick, 11th overall in the 2006 draft. It was a bit disappointing because we were hoping he would have elite potential. Ended up he had just medium top 6. But then look at the growth from 76, boom, to 85. And after just 1 year post-draft being in the NCAA, right? Is that where he was? Yes. He'll be ready for some NHL minutes. I'll be the fourth line minutes, but he's still getting NHL time as a 19-year-old. It's not like franchise mode where fourth line is not as good, and it's still NHL time, which is what's most important for Okposo. Neisser, Hendricks as the scratches. On defense, Chris Phillips with Wade Redden, the classic duo there. Caberlet with Ratchnik on the second pair, and Paradis with Vitulinic on the third pair. As Volchenkov, this hurts though. 84 overall, scratched as the backup, not backup, just as the extra guy ready to go. Brad Paradis, another guy. The theme of this team is growth. 61 out of the draft, high top 4 potential to 69, stays 69, a little jump to 71. Not a lot of growth over these 3 years from 19, 20, and 21. Then boom, age 22, 84 overall, 95 points in the WHL last year. And from Deep River, Ontario, the 6'8", 6'8", 233-pound defensive defenseman is ready to go for NHL minutes. Kari Lehtinen, our starting goaltender. He has had 2 full seasons with us now in Ottawa. Really good season last year as a Vezina nominee. He's grown from an 85 to an 86, now to an 88. We're super happy to see that. He signed on for his 8-year extension, ready to kick in next year as his current contract finishes off now. And he's backed up by Antti Niemi, who we drafted way back when, and we're glad to finally see in the NHL. Niemi was drafted 25th overall back in the 2001 draft, and now at 24 years of age. It took him a little while. He only has high medium starter potential, but he finally had the jump. 67, 71, 73, stayed at 73, little bit to 75, little bit to 78, then finally that big jump to 85 overall. After a few more years in the WHL, then a year in the KHL, 3 years in the AHL, he has done his time, and he is finally ready to be an NHL goaltender, albeit a backup, but 85 overall on one of the best teams, if not the best team in the NHL. I think that's an okay life for him. So that's the NHL lineup. If we look at the AHL lineup, we see a few guys we're still trying to get some growth from. I don't know about Kostitsin and Kelly, blah, 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 but definitely from Stastny, from Krejci. We should probably fix up these lines a little bit, unless we want to keep Krejci at center. We want to give him ice time, though. Tuukka Rask, of course, our starting goaltender. He's ready to take the spot from Niemi as backup goalie next season. Can we see with potential here? Yeah, we want to give more ice time to David Krejci, but I want him to play center, right? Who's the better centerman? I don't know. It gives the red chemistry if you put Krejci on the wing. It's because Chris Neal doesn't help. That's fine. It goes green like this. Hold on. Just let me see info. So right wing, center, left wing. What if Stastny goes first line? Yeah. Krejci goes here. Ott, Krejci, Jokinen. Then Booth, Kelly, Chiernik. Neil, Petoni, Beagle, probably. Chris Neal, we can't give a ton of ice time to him. We know he's not going to be making it. He's just a along for the ride kind of guy. Gen Z says maybe play Neisser over Friends. And yeah, that's an idea as well. We'll go and look at that in a moment. And Vasi in here. Good morning. Welcome aboard, Vasi. Thank you for making it into the stream today. We'll have 4 coming your way. So if you are interested in any of the other ones, you can always be popping in and out of the channel throughout the day right now. Right now, I mean, this Saturday, what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I'm thinking about a few things at once. I just saw Discord message as well, because we're planning out things for the stream tonight. Okay, so yes, Neisser, if you go look at the depth chart here. So Johan Franzen, he is 27 and 80 overall. Last year in the NHL, sorry, not last year. Oh yeah, last year, 06-07. 9 goals, 7 assists, 16 points with just the 847 of ice time. 3rd round pick from the Penguins. We got him off waivers. And since then, he's been doing very well with us. But he grew to an 82, then dropped back down to an 80. That's the thing. Vasi also says, looking forward to the marathon. Will definitely be in and out throughout the day. Appreciate you, buddy. And Cagney's in here. I missed anything of note in the first 10 minutes? No, just going over the offseason and the growth that this team has seen and some of the guys that we're most excited about, like Paradis and Milas in our lineup. So that's Franzen. Nieser has that low top 6 potential at 22. So you know what? It probably makes more sense to play him. You're right, Gen Z. Good point. Can always count on the AGMs. So we'll probably start with Nieser in the lineup. It even gives it green chemistry instead of orange. So we'll start with Nieser. Now that Franzen's dropped from 82 to 80, and he's 27. Let's get Nieser in here. I would even want Hendricks to play. That's tough. I want Hendricks. I want Volchenkov to play. But it's not like franchise mode. Again, 80 is not really an NHLer. It's pretty fringy. 80 in HLM is like the 78 in franchise mode, I'd say. So this is going to be the starting lineup moving into the rest of the season. We already had the opening game in the last episode with a big 4-3 win over the Blackhawks. Am I remembering correctly to say that we were down 3-0 and won 4-3? Vacant leadership position. Yes, that's true. With Radek Bonk gone. Let's go to the jersey numbers. So now with Radek Bonk gone, yeah, we said Wade Redden. Yes, we'd given it to Wade Redden. So actually, there's nothing else to say. So Alfredsson continues as captain, Yashin and Redden as the alternates. Of course, the future leadership core, Getzlaf, Koltaspakov, all these guys. But for now, we will keep it like that. Those are the three. Planning to alternate Volchenkov infrequent. To put him in frequently. I would hope so. I don't want him to sit for the entirety of the season. So that being said, we have a lot to get through today. Let's not sit here for too long. We've made a lot of changes in the offseason. Let's now get this season underway. The season and, of course, the postseason to come. Hopefully, cross those fingers. And let's get started with the second game of the season and the first game of this episode. Contre le Canadien Montréal. We'll do with Canadians and Senators. All-Canadian matchup for the second game of the 07-08 season. Year number 8. Daniel Alfredsson scores early, and Brad Paradis gets his first career point. Alfredsson from Paradis and Yashin, and we score early. Don't want to stunt him now that his upside is back. Exactly. The upside is back. Now it's time to foster that. Yes. Got my water here. I'm quite thirsty already. That is some good cold water. Second period, 5 minutes ago, still holding on to the 1-0 lead from the beginning of the game. And there's Smolinac from Stefan Robida. But then Koltaspakov on the power play, his second of the year from Getzlaf and Alfredsson early, right? 14 seconds into the third period, puts us back up. But then Brian Rolston from Saku Koivu ties it at 2. 10 minutes ago in the third period, game tied at 2. Power play Sens killed off by the Canadians. But then it's Koltaspakov's second of the night from Redden, his third of the year already through 2 games. And the Sens win 3-2. Koltaspakov, 2 goals, including the game winner. Alfredsson with a goal and an assist. Redden an assist. Nieser's first career NHL game. And Paradis' first career NHL points. Paradis going to make it a battle. That's right. Paradis being 6'8", high top 4 and all that, it's tough to take him out. If anybody, maybe it's Vitalinish or I don't know, Ratchnik, I don't know what. So let's head to the calendar and get this season going. We'll want to go see our rivals, the Devils, of course, who always eliminate us every year. And we'll definitely want to be working on the player developments, of course. That's the biggest thing that stops us in our tracks, but it's worth it for all the growth we've been seeing. Is it worth it to do anything for Getzlaf? No, everything is 363 days or more on Getzlaf. I mean, it's not going to be crazy to just dedicate one spot to Getzlaf and he'd be ready. Oh no, that would be 2 years. It's not the start of next year, it'd be the start of 2 years from now. Should we dedicate 2 years just for Getzlaf's shot blocking? I don't know about that. Milas, meanwhile, we could dedicate a year and a half to his shooting, which, you know what, if he's going to be a full-timer for us, or maybe we even dedicate changing his player type. Right D for Volchenkov, that's a smart move too, but I wonder how long it would take. Excuse me. Milas, making him a sniper or anything else would be 357 days. It would be the start of not next season, but the year after that. Meanwhile, Volchenkov, to make him a right D, 283 days would not be bad. Let's start with that, and we'll think about another one soon. So it wouldn't be this season, but be halfway through next season that Koltaspakov has that right D eligibility. Yeah, we're going to do that and see where it takes us. Our next spot will open up in 27 days, so we'll think about it then. But there's a few ideas for us there. All right, 3-2 win against the Minnesota Wild, 6-4 win against the Bruins, 4-3 win. Oh, Chris, did I put the locks on these guys? No, I didn't, so good thing. Here, lock. All right, lock everybody up. Make sure there's no funny business. I love adding in both sides when I can for the DZ. Yeah, agreed. Did it fix the lines? No, it didn't. Eh? So best lines with those locks. Man, waivers dismissed. Hold on. Stop the sim. Camel out for a month. Oh my goodness. Upper body injury to miss even 2 months, it says. Okay, so first injury of the season. Mike Camilleri is out. That's going to allow Eriksson to move to the left wing. And does Alfredsson move up or does Kobasu move up? Probably Alfredsson, right? Then Okposo can come to the third line with Kobasu and Yashin. And then the fourth line can be Neeser, Peverly, and probably Hendricks. Let's give Hendricks the ice time. He's out for 36 days. Not the end of the world, but... And on the power play, we'll bring in... 87... let's give the ice time to Okposo, actually. A little ice time for Okposo. Okay, are we back in the NHL now? Yes. 3-2 loss. We are 6-1-0. Continuing on toward Devils. 4-3 win, 3-2 win. Love to see it. Now here we are in November. A few more wins there. 4-2, 4-1. We are 10-1-0 through our first 11 games. Let's check out growth to start the year. Prospect report. Stastny already 16 points in 9 games. Kostitsyn, the bum. Tuukka Rask, Chris Letang, Brad Marchand. So many guys to be excited about in this system. Of course, we can't keep them all. We'll have to move some guys eventually. We already have, but we'll keep on doing that. Mayarov, Gerby, Brick Wall. There he is. Yes. The draft update. Drew Doughty ranked first right now. Stamkos second. And what kind of growth? Nick Jarmelson already +2 to a 78. Petrie +2. Lettinen to an 89. Okposo to an 86. Rask to an 80. Ott, Marchand, Couture, Vlasic, and Beagle all +1. Oh, man. Good growth already to start the year. You absolutely love to see it. Let's go back to the calendar. Now, here we are against the Devils, our old rivals, the Devils. Yeah, rivalry game. The game understands that. That's for sure. Koltaspikov, 9 goals in 11 games and 17 points as well. Oh, my goodness, Igor. You are a machine. Scott Gomez leading the way for New Jersey over there. Let's face them. We know we'll face them in the playoffs. Let's see what we can do against them now to kick off our first meeting of year number 8. Sakura opens it up with his 7th of the year from Niedermeyer and Gomez, but Getzlaf on the power play is 5th from Alfie, ties it back up with 5 to go in the first now. And we'll be tied up heading into the second period. Shots 10-4 in our favor. Power play Devils killed off. They're 0-for-3. Power play us. That's Yashin with a power play goal. We're 2-for-3 in the power play tonight from Eriksson and Milas. And Chuck Kobasu's first of the season puts us up 3-1 now. 2-goal cushion over the Devils. 5 minutes to go in the second. Power play New Jersey. They're 0-for-6 now. Killed off. Third period action. It's Jay Pandolfo. And then back-to-back, Kobasu scores his second. Then Markov answers right back. Andre Markov in New Jersey. 4-3 Sens with 10 minutes to go. Power play killed off by the Devils. And now the Devils tied up. Gianta makes it 4-4. 5 minutes to go. High-scoring affair. Power play Sens late into overtime. Killed off. Overtime for 5 minutes. And the Sens win it. Koltaspikov with his 10th of the season unassisted. And the Sens win in overtime. How about this? Kobasu's first 2 goals of the season coming in this game. Okposo with a couple of assists, or no, just 1 assist. Koltaspikov with a game winner after the Devils score 3 in the third. We outshoot them 37-27 and come away with a big victory against our rivals. Yes. 5-4 win. Okay. Whew. Let's go. No way. Let's just sim. Let's just sim and see what comes our way. Jay Beagle flew. Best lines. 3-1 loss, 3-2 win. Strudwick for a third. No, thank you. 5-2 win. Chris Kelly is healthy. Best lines. 4-3. And player development for Koltaspikov, who is now left wing, right wing eligible. Yes, that's great news. Left wing, right wing Koltaspikov. That's great. So that'll offer us lots of flexibility into the future. Now, Louis Eriksson. We can finish off passing for 331. That's a lot, though, for 331 days. How about Paradis? Paradis, 135 days for shooting. Everything else is like 400 days. You know what? Let's do Paradis for 135 days on shooting. Yeah, let's do that. Very good. Okay, we are 14-2-0. Let's go up to December. 5-4 win, 7-1 win, 2-1 loss. Chris Letang is done. Then 6 more days until Marchand is done. We just got Logan Couture in our system as well. Let's look at a little bit at him. Oh, good. Yes, defensive awareness, 37 days already left on that. Sorry, did Chris Kelly go back in the lineup when we hit best lines? Because we hit lock on those other guys. Yes. Okay, because Jay Beagle's out. Okay, we'll wait 5 days until Beagle's back, and then we'll fix up the lines in the AHL. Let's just sim a few days here. Maple Leafs and Sabres. David Booth has done his passing. Very good. Oh, no, we'd already done that. Okay. Keep on going. 6-0 win, then a 6-2 win. Kotaspakov, what, 38 points in 23 games. Goal per game, Igor Kotaspakov. This is incredible. Even Kyle Okposo, 5th in team scoring, playing 13:05 per night. Woo, baby. All right, Jay Beagle. He's healthy, so let's go edit lines here in the AHL. Best lines. Then we'll make sure everyone's where they're supposed to be. Kelly goes here. Beagle goes here. Yes. And now we'll lock. Back to the NHL. And that's that. All right, 6-2 win against the Bruins. And then now Brad Marchand's done this. 2-1 overtime win against the Lightning. Now, Carlson, high top 6 center. Carlson, Mayorov, Muzzin, 4 came to the goalies. Jamie Benn with the absolute top 9. Kondratiev, Wall, Petrie, Marshall. So many guys to be wanting to grow. Probably Marchand. Let's do his passing for 77 days. And while we're here actually in development, how's everyone doing here on the chart? Let's just make sure everyone has their focus. Yes. Jarmelson, green. Sorry, not green. He's red. Klauser, red as well. Because he's not playing. Is that it? But low top, not very low top 9. Volchenkov's not been playing. Do we give Volchenkov rotation in now? Terzic. I think we'll be okay. So we are 21-3-1. Let's look at stats. Maybe Vitlinish comes out now. This is the time. Let's give Volchenkov in. It goes red, but let's give it a try and see where it takes us. 1 more day till Camilleri's back too. That's great. So just sim another couple of days. We'll get Camilleri back in the lineup. Now, Okposo's been doing so well. It's hard for me to take him out of the top 9, but he just has to wait his time. I'm sorry, buddy. It's going to come. It's going to come. So Camilleri, Milas, Eriksson, Kobasu, Yashin, Alfredsson. Okposo there, but we're going to keep him on the power play. Yeah. Thanks, Cagney. We're going to keep him on the power play. Kyle Okposo. Okay. And we'll see the growth here on the 2nd of December. Always exciting. My favorite time of the month. Let's see what we got. Neeser and all that. Good. I already see some names. Bert Carlson. So Stastny already 41 points in 23 games, doing what Koltaspakov's doing in the NHL. Kostitsyn 34. Rask 15 wins, 15-2-3 with 18.99 goals saved above expected already. Crystal Tang 44 points in the Q. Terzic 38 in the O. Logan Couture. Carlson. Ford not playing that much. Mayorov, Halak, Brick Wall in the NCAA. All right, and time for some growth. Neeser up to an 82, Carlson 70, Ben 62, Lettinen to a 90. He keeps growing. Okposo 87, Rask 81, Wall, Marchand, Couture, Beagle, Gerby, and Strawman all +1. But Neeser down on that 4th line, getting the growth to an 82 now, making it really clear that he is the NHL caliber guy. And Kari Lettinen to a 90. Okposo 87. That's crazy. We know that Okposo is going to be an NHLer. Sorry, not an NHLer. Top 9, if not a top 6 guy next season. I'd almost bump Kobasu out for Okposo. It would give the blue chemistry. Do we do that? Okposo 18 points. Kobasu 8. I know he's not as much of a scorer, but we've been winning with this lineup. That's the tough part. And Kari Lettinen, who we acquired as an 86, is now a 90. Great call to acquire him from the Wild in that Patrick Lalime deal. Carry maxing out. Yeah, that's it. 90 overall as the elite potential, correct? No, 88 to 92. Franchise where it has to go higher. Gotcha. Yeah, Okposo Kobasu. Now he's an 87. I might have to make that switch here. Plus, it gives the blue chemistry. I think we're going to have to. And we'll see what happens from here. And in the AHL, Rask growing too. Yes, elite, exactly. All right, let's check out this game against the Sharks. No need to see every game here. Let's keep on rolling. Let's go see who's up there in our standing. Buffalo is the closest to us in the standings. Let's go see Buffalo. Okposo over Kobasu, yeah. Ratchnik's shooting is done. Good. Peter Sullivan. Let's go back to maybe Neeser we give a little love to. Neeser, 89 days for passing. He's a sniper. Yeah, let's go 89 days for passing on Neeser, who we're going to give it a little love to down that fourth line. It could be a third liner. Let's go another week until we face off against the Sabres. Peverly, head injury. So I'll just put Hendrickson. Hendrickson on the fourth line, no problem. Okay, so 3-2 loss, 2-1 win. Sorry, we'll see. Actually, let's go see the Sabres in Buffalo. We'll sim through the game in Ottawa. Kostitsyn's offensive awareness is done, if that means anything. Kaller, medium top 6. Defensive defenseman. Maybe it's time to give him a focus. 124 days. It would just be at the end of the year. Yeah, we just squeak it in. 128 goes to next year. 124 ends at this year. Let's just squeak in Kaller working on the hitting. Okay. 4-1 win, 7-1 win. David Krejci done the shot blocking. It's that time of year where just a lot of them are finishing now. And we'll send out the next batch. Krejci, yeah, we're going to do it again. 123 days. Passing will just finish off at the start of next year. Good. Back to it. 4-1 loss against the Sabres here. We'll face them again in a few days. No, thank you. 6-0 win. And now here we are against the Sabres, who just beat us 4-1 in Ottawa. The 25-5-1 Sens in Buffalo to take them on. Koltaspikov, 48 points on the year right now. 26 goals. So we slowed down on the goal scoring a little bit. But and Vitalish, by the way, plus 20 on the year right now. All right, here we go. 4-on-4 power play Sens here in Buffalo. They aren't particularly close in the division, but they are the closest. So let's make sure we continue to widen that gap as much as possible. 5 to go in the first. Shots 9-2 for the Sens. Power play Sabres, that's killed off in the second period is underway. But Justin Williams, from Afinogenov and Martinez, his 16th of the year makes it 1-0 Sabres here in the second period. Now halfway through this game, we're shooting them 17-7. But they lead 1-0. Power play Sabres, and it's 2-0. Martinez with a power play goal from Afinogenov and Williams. Same players contributing on that goal. Louis Eriksson gives us life in the third from Phillips and Redden, his 4th of the year. Power play Sens killed off. And then Martinez scores his 2nd from Green and Williams now. We're 0 for 8 on the power play. What a joke. Classic power play in the slow sim. Losing 3-1. As we go 0 for a million on the power play. So we lose both games against the Sabres, who are, again, are not particularly close, but they're closest. So don't love that. We'll keep on going. We face Buffalo again next week, so cross the fingers there. 5-4 win. Chris Kelly's done the hitting. Okay. That's fine then. Let's always restart the sim. That's the thing. Yannick Perreault will pass on waivers. 5-4 win, 7-5 win. James Wisniewski is done. Go, yeah, I love Ryan Miller. Got to give it to him. Kostitsyn with his depth potential. Jonasson, there's low top 6. Very low top 6. Yeah, we could just finish offensive awareness for 60 days. Yeah, we could do that. That works fine. Where are we? What day is it? Where are we? Oh, there. Okay. Rich Peverly healthy. Good. How did Hendricks do? Hendricks, 4 points in 26 games. Peverly, 5 in 27. Oh. Okay. Again, keep simulating once more. 3-1 win, 7-1 win. Stastny done the defensive awareness. Keep going back to the screen every 2 seconds. Stastny again. We will work on passing. Or should we change his player type? No, it's going to take a long time right now. Work on the passing. Back to simming again to this date. We are 29-6-1. World Junior starting up. Yeah, so Mayarov makes it to Team Russia, Thielen to Sweden, and Bert Karlsson to Team USA. Only 3 representatives this year from the Senators. Back-to-back losses there. We beat the Sabres 2-1, but then lose 5-4 and 5-3 to the Leafs and Panthers, respectively. Okay, who's up next here? Gotta give Bert Karlsson some love? Yeah, let's do it for Bert. We'll go shooting. He's going to be at the World Juniors. Let's give it there. Yeah, All-Star game coming up as well. That's the 25th. Yeah, we're going to go to the 2nd. All-Star game coming up. Now, welcome to the 2008 calendar year. Great year in the world, 2008. And we'll check the inbox, prospect report, draft preview. Zach Bogosian jumps 5 spots. Oh my goodness, check this out. Zach Bogosian jumps 5 spots to be ranked number 1 right now. Drew Doughty drops to 2. Stamkos to 3. Mikhail Bodker to 4th. Jonathan Marchessault jumps 20 spots to 5th. Pietrangelo at 6th. Luke Shen dropped a lot. Cody Hodgson, there he is. Greg Nemes, 28 jumped 28 spots. Erik Karlsson jumped 11 spots. He's 13th right now. Do we get Erik Karlsson in the 08 draft? We'll see. We'll have to think about that. John Carlson there too jumped 44 spots. Jordan Eberle, there'll be a lot of options for us. Prospect report. Stastny, 61 points. Bert the Beast, yes. 61 points from Stastny, 53 from Kostitsyn. Caller's doing great. 50 points as a defensive defenseman, right? Letang, Rask, Terzic, Couture, Hlinka, Mayorov. 6 points in 24 games, but 10 minutes of ice. Okay. Gavin might be able to snag some fallers in the draft. Yes, my thoughts exactly. Let's see the growth here. Caller +2 to an 80. He's ready to go. Potolny up to a 75 in the AHL. Letang 74. Petrie 74. Graham Price 72. Kari Lettinen jumps again to a 91. Gerby to a 69 +2. Rask to an 82. Couture 74. Marchand 73. Beagle to a 70. So Kari Lettinen every month is going +1, +1, +1. Now at a 91 overall. Wow, what a pickup. And Chris Letang down in the QMJHL, he wants to make that jump sooner rather than later, I bet. Victor Calle ready for the NHL next season. More of a logjam on defense. Oh, boy. Speaking of which, let's check out the stats here. So Volchenkov, 14 games, no stats. Vitalinic had the +20. He was leading our team in that regard. Let's get him back in the lineup for now. Volchenkov got some ice time, but let's throw Vitalinic back in and see where that brings us as we'll continue on in the calendar towards the All-Star game. Yes. We have our goalie, cup or bust, yes. No, thank you from Mike Weaver. Paul Gostad, that's tempting. High top 9. You know what? If they want to put Paul Gostad on waivers, I'll claim him. Why not? Then I'll try to sneak him through waivers myself. But yeah, I'll claim Paul Gostad. 2-0 win, 5-4 win. Jarmelson done the defensive awareness focus. Let's go back to Jarmelson again. High top 4. He's ready for the NHL next year too. Oh my goodness, it's not going to be easy. Jarmelson, let's work on shooting for him then. Keep on towards the All-Star break. 5-4 win there. Gossack went to the Kings. All right, so we did not get him. No problem. More waivers. Ken Klee, little swaps there. 3-2 win, 5-1 win, 3-2 overtime loss, 3-2 loss. Peverly out again, leg injury. Okay. So Hendricks will come back in once more. No problem. We are 33-8-1 approaching the All-Star break. 3-2 win, 4-3 overtime win. Back-to-back, actually, 4-3 overtime wins against the Red Wings and Capitals. Kobusu, out for 2 months with a lower body injury. Oh, yikes. So that brings Johan Franzen back into the lineup. Franzen, Hendricks, Nieser will be the 4th line as Kobusu's out for 73 days. Peverly out for 8 days. We won 4-2 against the Preds. So here we are at the All-Star break. And there we go. And Canada wins the World Juniors. Thielen had 4 points. Carlson had 4 points. Mayarov, no points. Canada wins the 07 World Junior Championship. Canada wins gold, Sweden silver, and the U.S. bronze. Great Britain gets promoted, and Finland gets relegated? What? Finland relegated? What happened? Then they got destroyed out here. All right. Wow. Great Britain looked good. Who's on Great Britain? They have some NHL prospects. Yeah, they have a few NHL prospects. That's from Dundee. That's crazy. I love these generated guys. Great Britain up. What happened to Finland? Finland, they have Mikael Granlund, albeit he's 15. He was playing? A 15-year-old Mikael Granlund was playing? That's wild. As first-line center, no less. Yeah, they had a good team here. Antti-Ranta and Nets, all that. Not the most even groups, no. Canada, US, Russia, and Group A. You got Denmark, Slovakia, Switzerland here. So Great Britain is up. Italy drops again. Is that it? Anyway, so Canada now back-to-back gold medals. As the gold medal game finished 5-1 Canada. US beat Germany 6-1. Okay, let's see the All-Star game now. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All-Star game. Simming through the game against Buffalo. Oh, we had Kobasu on the special teams, eh? Yeah, so Kobasu out. We'll bring in Camilleri, probably. Let's give some more ice time to Camilleri with the 86 defense. We'll give Camilleri some of that penalty kill time to boost his ice time. All right, simming through the game against the Sabres, and we win 6-2. Love it. 39-9-2 is our record here at the All-Star break. Getzlaf, 71 points. Kotaspikov, 69, both in 50 games. Let's start the All-Star game. See which Senators made it to the big day. Looking at the Eastern Conference All-Star. So Ryan Getzlaf, Igor Kotaspikov. There's the Cavalier. There's Mi-6 Bot. There's Svitov. There's Ice Bear Sully. Wade Redden also makes it. And, of course, the goaltenders, Lundqvist and Brodeur. Brodeur's never going to not be there. HLM does trend to bring in super young prospects for World Juniors. Yeah, well, there's 15-year-old Mikael Granlund showing us that. Okay, so 3 Senators make it to the All-Star game. Over in the West, there's Sidney Crosby. How's he been doing in Columbus? Yeah, 66 points in 50 games this season. 91 overall with the absolute franchise potential. Drafted 2nd overall as Bobby Ryan went 1st. That's crazy. Is Carey Price playing with the Sabres yet? No, still not yet. 75 overall. Okay. Let's sim the game here. Go to summary. And it was 4. Sorry, I jumped straight to the end. Okay, great. 4-3 Eastern Conference All-Stars win it. Any stats here from our guys? Wade Redden assisted on the game-winning goal in overtime, no less. How about that? Exit. Okay. I'm developing well. Yeah, he is. Let me just save while we're here, by the way. I know my dude Joe always loves a good save. Oh, I got a sip. Yeah, Camilleri's got to be doing way more. I know he's injured, but 0.41 points per game. Come on, man. It's the ice time. But he's playing full-time. He's playing second line, power play, and penalty kill. Why is the ice time so low? The penalty kill is going to be helpful, though, since the game has so many penalties that happen. Let's keep on going to the 2nd of now February to see the next growth update. 3-1 loss. A few guys on waivers. Jason Blake. No, I will pass on those guys. 3-1 loss. Peverley is healthy. Good. Hendricks, 5 points in 32 games. Peverley, 5 points in 37 games. Let's do the 2nd, yes. 5-4 loss, 6-5 overtime win. Some high-scoring affairs there. As we'll now get to February 2nd. 40-11-2 is our record. Let's see some more growth. Stastny has 92 points in 52 games in the AHL. Marchand, 77 in the Q. all that good stuff. And finally, let's see it. Yes, Lettinen every month. 92 overall, Kari Lettinen. Bert Carlson to a 72. David Booth to a 70. Lettinen 92. Marchand 74. I don't get it. I love it, but I don't get it. We picked him up as an 85 with starter potential, and now here he is as a 92 with elite potential, maxing out. Will he get to franchise and grow higher? I don't know, but he has the 92 overall status now. Oh my goodness, Kari Lettinen, that trade. Patrick Laliman a 6th. The Wild wanted a more established goalie. They traded out a goalie prospect for a current goalie. It did not work for them. He was just an 85 with starter potential. Now he's a 92 with elite potential. And he has been doing crazy, crazy things. Wow, Kari Lettinen, 92 overall. Let's hope that does something for us moving into the playoffs. Is March the last one of the year for prospect updates? Let's keep on going. Trade deadline's coming up too. Yeah, let's get to this next game against the Devils. Actually, let's go see the Penguins, one of our rivals. I know we'll go. Yes. The Penguins. I think that's max for him now, but that's still top notch, I'm sure, relative to the league. Yes, exactly. I didn't look where that ranks him as which goalie. That ranked him as the number 5 goaltender in the league. Wow. Wade Belak on waivers. If we didn't have such a logjam at defense, I'd pick up Wade Belak. 3-2 overtime loss. He went to Atlanta. Stefan Quintel, Mike Van Ryn on waivers. 4-2 win. 5-month major knee injury. Oh my goodness. Down in the AHL for Chirnik. Goudet comes in. No, we'll put Klauser. There you go. Klauser. 152 days. That's it for Chirnik's season. 4-2 win against the Panthers. These lines. Missing spot here. UCO can get the ice time. No, I'll give it to Krejci. Take probably Kelly off the power play too. Let's put Jokinen. Give him some ice time. Okay. And now she's in the H. And then 3 months for Andre Kostitsyn to be out. Oh my goodness. Hold on a second. Best lines. Unlock everybody. And best lines it. Because now there's too many injuries. Too many major injuries. Actually, the defense can stay the same. Best lines. Now let's lock. And then let's play with the names. Okay. Oh, so Stastny first line. Jonasson. I guess that works. Krejci here, there. Booth, Patolny, Neal. Klauser, Beagle, Godet. Or like this. Yeah, Booth, Patolny, Beagle, Klauser, Godet, Neal. Yeah, that's what we'll do. And on the power play, Neal off, Krejci in. That's fine. Something like that. Okay, so there's a couple of major injuries in the AHL. Back to normal now. Let's go see the Penguins. That was an 8-1 win against the Avalanche. Then 4-1, 4-2. We are 44, 11-3. 86 points from Ryan Getzlaf right now to lead the way. Let's see the Penguins. A little play-by-play against them. They're now 27, 28, and something I saw their record was. Yager's still there for them. Okay, here we go. Kyle Okposo scores in the first shot of the night. Thank you very much. Power play goal, his 16th from Redden and Koltaspakov. Early lead here for the Sens. Sergei Brylin ties it back on the power play power play goal of his own from Ryan Malone and Brian Smolinski. Power play pens killed off. Now we're 1 for 1. They're 1 for 2. Combined 2 for 3. Wow. Usually it's combined 0 for 14. 15 minutes to go in the second. Power play Sens killed off. Power play Sens again. Killed off. 5 minutes to go. Ryan Getzlaf's 39th goal of the year from Caberlet and Savard. This is a crazy first line. Okposo probably a caller contender. I sure hope so. Leave a like if you haven't already. You know what? Let's get some Calder hopes going for Kyle Okposo. And there's the 17th goal here on the power play. Second line from Koltaspakov and Getzlaf. Ryan Getzlaf's 300th point already in the NHL, and the Sens win 3-1. Oh my goodness. Wow, 3-1 Sens. Okay, so the trade deadline coming up, still not quite yet, but Getzlaf 88 points in 59 games. Fighting for some awards, absolutely, you would think. Let's get to the end of February. Okay, Marchand's done. Now to Couture, maybe? Yeah, let's finish off the year with one of these. Let's do shot blocking for Logan Couture. There we go. A couple more weeks to the deadline. I doubt we're doing anything, but just to say, David Abisher on waivers, infamously traded for Jose Theodore. Back-to-back losses against the Maple Leafs, 5-4 and 4-3. That does not sit well with me. Not many options to train here. Wisniewski? Jokinen 30 days. Let's finish off Jokinen's offensive awareness for UC Jokinen. If he's ever going to make it, let's just give him another 30 days of that. Okay, 3-2 win, 3-1 loss. No, thank you on waivers. Laxinen for Vlasic, no. 7-2 win. Heck in on waivers. Kovalev. Ooh, how about this for a trade? The Coyotes want to trade us Alex Kovalev and Kyle Quincy for Tursic, Jarmelson, and a first-round pick. It's an interesting offer at least, but no, I will pass on that. I don't want to trade Jarmelson and a first, especially for Kovalev, who's getting older and we don't really have room for anyways. Adam Verbat on waivers. Okay. And Aubin, who we traded him to St. Louis for Booth and Jonassen. No, we don't need a backup goalie at this point. We love Aubin. We traded him if we didn't need him anymore. John Michael Lyles would be a great 7th D as an 80 overall, but we don't need him either. And finally, Vokun for Jonassen and Price. Dismissed. No, thank you. 4-2 win against the Devils. We are 48, 15, and 3 here at the deadline. 93 points from Ryan Getzlaf. Anything we're thinking about? It's at least take a little peek at the trade blocks. Stamkos now ranked number 1 in the draft class as Zach Bogosian drops from number 1 to number 4, but still +2 in general. Cody Hodgson up at 5th. Wow. Marcia So, Delzato, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yeah, how are the scouts been doing? Sorry, where's scouting? Staff, is it? Scouts. If I press auto assign, will that change anything? No. Just want to make sure everyone's still on the right assignments. Okay. Let's see. Trade blocks now. Trade block around the league. Who is out there? Jaromir Jagr on the last year of his contract. Is he open to coming to Ottawa? He would be. Chris Letang in a first. Imagine, do we go out and trade for Jaromir Jagr? Kovalev is one thing. 88, and we don't really need him. But Jagr, to say that we're getting one of the best players in NHL history, who's at 90 on the last year of his contract. Oh my goodness. Oh. Hard to say no, but to the idea, but how do you get the value? Speaking of value, yeah, some tough contracts. Dean McCammon, former Senator. Brian Leach still out there. Rob Blake. Do they want to trade me Rob Blake? No, they don't. That wouldn't work. Yeah, where does he fit, though? That's the problem. Kobasu, Neeser have to come out of the lineup, or Peverly. Okposo back to the 4th line. I mean, would that be the end of the world? Kemler to the 3rd line. Jagr plays 2nd line, but then we're trading a first and all that. Jaromir Jagr, one of the greatest players of all time. 6-time Art Ross, 6-time All-Star, 4-time Cup champion, 3 Hearts, 3 Adam Oates. Boy. World Cup bronze in 2004. Got to trade some prospects eventually. That's true. That is also true. 6'2", 254 pounds. Jaromir Jagr. Would he be open to leaving the team that he never left in this universe, the Penguins? 1,358 games, all with the Pens, 1,762 points. Do we get the future Hall of Famer? Try to get him one last cup at least. Pavel Demitra is a great one too. These guys are all older though and expiring deals, which is fine. But if we're gonna go make a big move, it would be for Jagr. Let's look at it here. So Jagr, no move clause, but willing to waive it to come to Ottawa. Look at Kari Letton's trade value, by the way. Oh my goodness. So if we were to trade prospects in a deal for Jaromir Jagr, who are we open to moving? Probably some defense. Let's look at the defense first. Starting about overall. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 currently. Is this where we get value for Volchenkov? Because we know that Kaller is coming up, but Volchenkov 2684 versus Kaller 2180. Jarmelsson's there as well. Wisniewski, do we get value for him before it's too late as well? If we were to say in theory, here's Volchenkov, and here's Wisniewski, who's 2476 now at this point. Still a little value left with top 6D potential. Kevin says, I feel like based on EA approach, this is 100% a data style trade. When do you expect to get a chance to trade for Jagr in any game again? True. I like that mindset. So Volchenkov and Wisniewski starts out as the base of what they'd be getting here. And if we look at our forwards, starting by trade value, our forwards here. We could get some value from David Booth. He has tops. I don't want to like Cheezik. We just signed him. I want to trade someone who actually has value, like literal value, not theoretical value. Like we know that Jonasson at 2278 is more valuable than David Booth at 2370, but the game says otherwise. I think we're a bit deeper with forward prospects. What do the Pens need? Let's see. What do the Pens need? They have some. Let's look at by age. They don't have much for centerman. Yeah, probably a centerman is what they need. They have a couple of, and not even that much on the wing. At least have Voracek and Lucic. Probably a centerman. We just traded a center not long ago. So if we trade them, like, I don't want to trade them Burt. I don't think it would make sense to trade that much. Like we want to trade a lot of value, but still, this is an expiring veteran. One of the greatest of all time, but still an expiring veteran. Steve Ott wouldn't move the needle for them. I don't know, Rich Peverly, who seems to be a bit injury prone. Well, let me click on him though. I wouldn't overpay for sure. I don't want to overpay one of our top prospects here. Rich Peverly. 8 points in 52 games. That's not a problem. It's the health that's been an issue. Is it time to move on from Rich Peverly before he just gets too unhealthy? Wisniewski's had some good growth. So Volchenkov, Wisniewski, and let's say Peverly. We bring in Hendricks as the new full-timer. And we know that Stasny's going to be growing soon anyways. We move on from Peverly now. And we'll throw in, what, a second-round pick? Do we send this and see if our AGM can make it work? What do you say, ladies and gentlemen? Volchenkov, Wisniewski, Peverly, and a second in our initial offer for Jaromir Jagr. Do we like that? Mostly just tagging in the chat, but I know that there's 7 of you watching. He'll probably be gone by next season regardless with our center prospect depth. True. Lower the second to a third first, says Gen Z. No problem. It's because they don't want the third. That's why. We'll start with the third. Who's our fourth line center this season, though? Hendricks, who's been more productive and healthier. Let's start with this offer and see where it takes us. Pittsburgh, what do you say? Declined. So now is where we'll go up to the second, which they do want. This might be the one here. So with a second, Pittsburgh, what do you think about this? Still declined. So we'll keep it at the second or down to a third and add another piece. Let's put our third. And then what's one last piece we could toss in just for good measure? A guy that they like at the bottom here, like Klauser, 2269 maybe. Just a guy that they have some interest in. We want Klauser? No. Probably Klauser in the second would have to be. Does Klauser do much for the deal? Barely anything. I'd rather keep Klauser and just trade a fourth or something. I don't know. What does a fourth do? A fourth does more than Klauser. So let's try the fourth. Second and a fourth. Still declined. What if I take out these picks and say autocomplete? What do they want? They would want Nieser. Yeah, I don't want to put Nieser in there. Let's see. Tough call. Jay Beagle. They probably want one of the top 6 or 4 upside guys for sure. Yeah, that's what they're getting here already, especially with Volchenkov. But they want more for Yager. Understandable. Do we move Hlinka? With the pick. Robert Hlinka. 5th round pick. 61 points in Kelowna. I mean, they're stocking the shelves here with some good prospects. Volchenkov, Wisniewski, Peverley, Hlinka, and a third. What if you swap Peverley for a top 6 forward or a top 4 D prospect? Yes, but who? And Peverley, it's kind of like he's excess. That's also the reason why I'm kind of open to just moving him. We'd keep Peverley, but then do what with him? Trade him in the offseason? Because we have Stastny coming up. Maybe now's the time to get value for his injury proneness. With Hlinka, what do you say to this, Pittsburgh? Still declined. We're close. Or do we give a first and take back another pick? I'm just exploring. If we gave you a first, would you give us back? We get back some picks here. Even a second next year. What if we gave them our first this year and they give us their second next year? Volchenkov, Wisniewski, Peverley, and a first in 08 for Yager and a second in 09. What do you say about that? I'll let the AGMs think about that for a sec. Another sip of water. Jaromir Jagr, 1,762 points in his career so far. He's been a 94 for years, dropped to 92 last year, 90 this year. Gen Z says do that. All right, he's still a 10th ranked winger. First ballot Hall of Famer, 36. I don't know when he'll retire in this universe, but 36 here in 2008. All right, Pittsburgh, what do you say? I'll give you a first this year. You give me a second next year. Cagney, first hurts less at face value than a prospect, but we could probably get someone exciting. True, but we can always make a trade at the draft to get back a first-round pick. We could trade some of our later picks and whatever else. I think it would be doable to get back a first-round pick at the draft if there's someone that we really want. I think we do it, though. All right. Pittsburgh, what do you say to this? Trade accepted. Jaromir Jagr, welcome to the Ottawa Senators, leaving the Penguins after spending his entire career in Pittsburgh. Welcome to Ottawa, one of the legends of the game. Big deal for the Senators. What a splash. Hendricks is going to come in as a full-timer. Oh, no, hold on. It's going to be Kobazu's still injured, so it's going to be that Franzen comes out. Franzen goes to scratch. Jagr will go second line with Milas and no, he'll go first line. Yeah, we got to do so. Koltasbekov, Getzlaf, Jagr first line. Yeah, what a blockbuster. Camilleri, Milas, Savard second line. Okposo, Yashin, Alfredsson third line. Or no, Okposo can survive on the fourth. Eriksson needs more of that ice time. So we'll go Eriksson, Yashin, Alfredsson third. Neisser, Hendricks, Okposo, 4th. I think that's okay. And on the power play, we're going to take out... Tough call. Tough call. In theory, it would be Okposo, but he's been producing. Excuse me. 45 points in 66 games. I don't want to take out Okposo. Maybe it's Mark Savard. 62 and 66. Is it Louis Eriksson then? 42. That's why Camilleri doesn't even have power. I thought Camilleri had power play time. That's why he doesn't have power play time. Camilleri and Jagr both need power play time. Yashin. Do we take him off the power play? He has 11 power play goals this year. Caberlet, 40 points. Yeesh. All right, just got to be Okposo. You got to do your time, man. Do your time. Jagr needs to be in there. So Jagr's going to go there. Obviously not the point. Milas, how's he doing? Milas, 39 points. 11 power play assists. 13 power play points. 13 points on the season. Plus 12, playing 17:01 of ice time. I mean, Milas could come off and then Yashin goes center. You know what? Let's do that now for Camilleri. Milas will come off for Camilleri. Let's try that. Give Camilleri some more ice time too. So Jagr, Getzlaf, Kotasvikov, Alfredsson, Redden. We'll go there. Okay. There's the lineup, ladies and gentlemen. Jaromir Jagr, welcome to Ottawa. That is crazy. Jersey numbers. Jagr, there he is, 68. He was 86, I think I saw, right? With the Penguins for some, I don't know why. Oh, because it's retired in their universe. So you can go back to actually wearing 68. Jaromir Jagr, welcome to Pittsburgh. And we're playing the Penguins in a couple days. Oh, boy. Kovalev for Jones in a second. It's a good deal. It's a good deal. I just don't need anything anymore. We'll go through the deadline. Like the story, but tough to justify two-way forward on the power play. True, true. Neisser's done his development. Cool. Do we do Jagr? I wanted just for fun, what would we say for Jagr? 565 days. All right, so do we do Getzlaf now to carry into the next couple of years? Do we do the shot blocking? Is now the time for shot blocking? Let's start it on Getzlaf, the last thing we could do for him. Let's see the trade history around the league. What else happened on the trade deadline? So I see we got Petrie in that big deal where we dumped a lot of value to the Blues. Yes. Petrie the 3rd and the 4th. All right. So Brett Clark goes to Boston for a second. Viborny for Heighton a second. Laxton for a second. Darcy Tucker to San Jose for Sevchik and a second. Kovalev goes to Tampa for a first in the end. Marek Malik goes to New Jersey for Smith, Sutton, and a second. Nikolai Habibulin goes to Detroit for a first and a second. Wow. 2010 first and 2008 second. Huh. Konowalchuk to Florida for Burke and a third. Pavel Demitra to Dallas for Mark Letestu and a first. Woo. Boucher to New York for Silva and a third. Knutson for okay. Peterson and Talbot to Anaheim for Larson. Okay. Nicolishin, to Boston for a second. Kozlov, Beach. Mario Lemieux to the New York Rangers for a 5th round pick. I should have looked at that. I didn't realize that he was also being open to being traded there. Imagine we got Lemieux and Jagr. Oh my goodness. Mario Lemieux, 2,166 points in his career. Imagine what could have happened. And this is the universe that Lemieux could have had. Oh my goodness. Off of the New York Rangers. I would have loved to have gotten Lemieux for 4th line center instead. Is nothing sacred? Wow. I had not realized that he was even out there. But Mario Lemieux off to the Rangers and put in the AHL. Hope they bring him back up for a 5th round pick. I don't know if he was open to being traded or what. If we could have even acquired him. Modified no trade clause. So we could veto these. Okay, we probably could have gotten him. Wow, I'm shook. But we got Jagr. All right, so Jagr's first game as a Senator here against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Then we'll see the next game against the Penguins. Here we go, facing off in Columbus against the Blue Jackets. First game with this new, even scarier line for the Sens as we are pushing for that cup. Yashin from Alfredsson and Cabriolet to open this game up. Very good. Yashin is 26th of the year. Very good. Power play Sens killed off. Jaromir Jagr, there it is! His 30th of the year and his first as a Senator from Kotaspikov and Getzlaf. And Jagr moves into 8th all-time as he assists on Kotaspikov's 43rd goal of the season. 8th all-time in NHL points. The legend continues. His second of the night from Getzlaf and Kotaspikov. Jaromir Jagr with 2 goals and an assist so far in his Senators debut. Hämäläinen scores his 37th to get one back for the Blue Jackets with 10 minutes to go here in the third period. Legends ending their career in the NHL, in the AHL, so HLM. Whoa, hold on. 2 quick goals. I looked down for a second. Ehrhoff and Obama, we hang on for the victory. Kotaspikov, a goal and 2 assists. Jagr, 2 goals and an assist. Moving into 8th all-time in the NHL's all-time scoring. Almost moving up in the goals categories too. Games played. Wow. Incredible milestones for Jaromir Jagr. Hey, Scott, welcome. Haven't caught the last few streams. How's HLM going? Welcome, Bronco. So going very well. We've had lots of success, but just not able to always convert that into postseason success. We've won 46 games or more 7 years in a row, but we haven't made it. We've only made it past this. We've only made it to the Eastern Conference Final or further twice in 7 years. I have the best lines down in the AHL, huh? Because of defense. So he'll move up and he'll go here. Let's bring who's good for offense. Batoli? No, let's give Booth the ice time. And here, defense, Price. Okay. Yeah, lots of success, but we got to turn that into postseason success. We've had crazy growth and really fun storylines. Now, here we go against the Pittsburgh Penguins in Pittsburgh. Jaromir Jagr, standing ovation for Jagr in his return to Pittsburgh a few days after being traded. 2 goals and an assist in his Senators debut. And the goals start coming early, 2-on-5. Hendricks on the 4th line from Okposo and Redden. Alfredsson's 20th from Eriksson and Yashin. Kotaspikov's 44th from Getzlaf and Ratchnik. The Kazakhstanian Igor Kotaspikov. Oh my goodness, I can't even speak here. The goals keep coming. Alfredsson's 21st from Eriksson. Kotaspikov's 45th from Getzlaf. And that's 5 goals in the first period on Pittsburgh. Redden from Kotaspikov and Getzlaf. No points for Jagr here tonight. Igor Kotaspikov, the assassin from Astana. Lots to say about him. There's Jagr scoring against his old team. There's a lot we can say about him to recap his story. 8-0 Senators. Oh my goodness, it just keeps coming. Smolinski gets one back for the Pens, but we blow out the Penguins in Pittsburgh in Jagr's return. As Getzlaf now moves to 10th all-time in assists for the Sens, unless I'm not sure if RSB has all the stats put into the roster. But the game ends 10-1 the final. Kotaspikov closes it off with a hat-trick in the dying seconds. Jagr with another assist. Getzlaf a 4-assist night. Redden a goal and 2 assists. I'm shook. Pecorine, who we once had in our organization. Yes, we traded him to Pittsburgh once upon a time. The 67 overall plays and makes his NHL debut. What was the trade there? Oh, it was for the first-round pick that became Okposo. Moss, Talbot, Rene, and Isbister. And a first that became Kring. Mercy rule. 10-1 the final. As Jagr gets a couple of assists in his return to Pittsburgh. 10-1. Poof. 99 points in 68 games from Ryan Getzlaf, currently leading the NHL. Kotaspikov and Getzlaf 1 and 2 in NHL scoring. I am flabbergasted. Let's move to the end of the season now. Let's get to that point. Actually, was there one last prospect update? Yes, there was. So prospect report here. Stastny 114 points in 65 games down in the AHL. Marsha Carlson, 100 points. Bert Carlson, second-round pick in 2007 with a high top 6 potential, looking very good. Loving his development. Great to see. Ford, Helinka, Mayorov, Gerby. A cult trick. 3 goals and an assist. Classic. He loves those. All right, last little bit of growth here. Caller up to an 82. He's ready to be in the NHL next season. Jarmelson up to an 80. Krejci 76. Vlasic 71. More growth to end off the season. Love to see it. And now we can get towards the actual end of the regular season here. We are 50, 15, and 3. Moving into the end of the season now. as well want to get to the playoffs and call stream 1 of 4 on the day a success. Love it. Mayarov, Ford. We haven't done anything for Ben so far. Can we end off the season with something of Ben? Let's do a little like, let's do hitting on Ben, let's say, and it'll be a quick little finish for like 2 days in September next year. Let's finish up on Ben with a little something. Real Deal Prime, welcome to the stream. Stastny also done, which will allow us to actually we'll probably go back to Stastny again, huh? Yeah, while these are short, let's take advantage while these are short. Let's work on hitting for him. Stastny, we're hoping is an NHLer next year. Okay, 2-0, 4-1 win, 2-0 win, 3-2 overtime win. Keep it coming. Neeser is out for 2 weeks. That brings Franzen back in. Okay. Let's keep on going. 3-0 win. Yes, life is good with Jaromir Jagr. Big winning streak here. A couple of reports are both done. We go back to Louis Eriksson. We said passing. He's in the middle of doing... Why did it end? February 20... That's a long time. February 2010. Low-key 10-game win streak. Why not? Yeah, just... Why not? Another day in the world here in Ottawa. Vitalina will be this season and all of next season. Yeah. Koltaspakov would be 1,000 days, so don't bother. We could do hitting or defensive awareness for like 3 years, but Camilleri, no, too late for him. There's no one else to really get growth from here. They're all like 500 plus days. Neeser, 109 days is the smallest one, so we'll do defensive awareness for 109 days on Neeser, I guess. And Darius Markov can work with maybe Jonasson. Okay, for hitting as a 2-way forward. Not much to do. Yeah, Neeser got that one. So 56, 15, and 3 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games left. Yeah, we could beat our franchise record in wins. Let's see what we get. 4 more games to run a 10-game win streak. Picking up Jagr is a huge help. 5-1, 2-1, 3-2 overtime win. There's 60 wins with 4 games left in the year. Can we hit 61 here against the Flyers? Yes, we do with a 6-3 victory, tying last season's franchise record of 61 wins. Can we break it now in the last few games? Let's go to Marchand. We'll do offensive awareness. Let's do shot blocking on Marchand. There you go. Couture's almost done. 3 more days. Here against the Thrashers on the road. And Neeser is healthy. Good. We'll get him back in for Franzen. How many? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 game win streak. Wow. 15 game win streak and 13 straight wins since picking up Jaromir Jagr at the trade deadline. Here we go on the road in Atlanta to get a new franchise record of wins. Here it comes. Camilleri starts off early as 14th from Savard. Camilleri, I know he's a big future piece. It was a bit of a so-so year, but his time will come. 3-0, just like that. Boom, back-to-back quick ones. Getzlaf from Jagr and Ratchenik, and then Koltaspakov's 55th on the power play from Getzlaf and Redden. Oh my goodness. Looking for that new franchise record in wins. 62, just a few minutes away from a franchise record. This is Patrick Stefan from Heatley and Harrison makes it 3-1. 4-1 Savard, 8th all-time in Senators points now from Milas with his 30th assist. Third period action with a 3-goal lead here in Atlanta. Gets with 50-plus goals. Just a casual 53-goal season. Yeah, no problem. Power play killed off. We're 1 for 4. No penalties taken by us tonight. That's nice. 5 minutes to go in the third period. There's power play Atlanta, of course. And it ends off 4-1 the final as the Senators set a new franchise record in wins with their 62nd win of the season. Savard, Getzlaf, and yet Lettinen, the 3 stars of the game. And we still have 2 games left to go. Now in a 16-game win streak. 16-game win streak for the Senators moving into the playoffs. Getzbakov. Oh, that's funny. Jagr, Getzlaf, and Koltaspakov. Getzbakov. I love it. That's funny. We go back to Paradis again. And no, now it's a bit too long. Let's go offensive awareness for 174 days. Louis Eriksson, not so much. Yeah, there's not a lot of options. 174 on Petty is one of the best we can get here. Can we keep the streak going? Logan Couture done the shot blocking. Let's do Drew Couture again. We didn't touch Jake Muzzin this year. Tramelson saw some growth. Maybe Chris Letang a little bit. Yeah, these are short ones on Letang. Let's take advantage. Let's do hitting on Chris Letang for 47 days. We'll do some more on Letang next year too. That ties the NHL record for wins at this point, I think. Yeah, I think you're right as well. Can we extend it here against the Canadiens on the road now into April of 2008? Yes. I don't think... Was there another report here on growth? No, that was the last one last month. So prospect report, Stastny 140 points in the AHL, Marchand 131, Letang 111, Couture 123, Tursic 143, Ford 16, 6 and 2, Wall 23, 10 and 2, Halak 15, 11 and 0. I don't know what's going to happen with Halak. And Rask 53, 8 and 6 down in the AHL, 12 shutouts. Oh my goodness, he's ready to take over from Niemi next year. James, welcome to the stream. As we're about to continue our league record win streak here. 6-3 win against the Canadiens. And now Chuck Kobazu's back and ready to go. So Neisser, I guess, comes out of the lineup. That's sad. I didn't want to. No, it's probably Hendricks. Yeah, let's put Okposo center. Yeah. Neisser, Okposo, Kobasu on that third line. So Okposo, 74 faceoffs. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. 63. Oh, sorry. I lost my screen. Sorry about that. Give me a sec. There you go. Yeah, let's sim to the 5th. Here we go. So that's how many in a row did we say again? Let's count it one last time. So we're currently on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 game win streak. Yes. 17 game win streak. Can we close it off with an 18th straight victory and will be our 64th of the season here against the Canucks, who are looking for their 50th win of the season? Could we get a hat trick from Kotaspikov for him to hit 60 goals? We'll see. Power play Sens to start things off. It's actually Drukin's 25th from Van Imp and Viborny, making it 1-0 Canucks early. Okay. Leave that like for good luck if you haven't already. Let's do it. Come on. First period, 1-0 Canucks. Power play Sens early in the second. Killed off. 2-0 now Van Imp from Viborny and Daniel Sedin. Oh, come on. Of course, the win streak's going to end here in the last game of the season. Power play Sens killed off. I don't know who's in there for the Sens, for the Canucks, but 23 saves through 2 periods against the most lethal scorers in the league. There you go. Alfredsson's 23rd from Eriksson. We're back in this. We have life, down by 1 with 10 to go. We have life. Who's going to get that next one? Looking at that top 6, 5 to go. 2 minutes. Final minute, and the Canucks hang on for the 2-1 victory. It's Manny Fernandez. 83 overall Manny Fernandez, who hangs on for the victory. All right, so the win streak comes to an end to close off the season, but we do end with an incredibly impressive 63, 16, and 3 record to close off our 8th regular season. Might be good to get it over before the playoffs. Yeah, agreed there, James. That's a good point. Let's check out the scoring in just a moment. Everyone play game 82? No, not yet. Caller's done his development. Good. Caller, what a machine. Can we do it again for Caller? May as well for now, since there's nobody else. And everyone play game 82? Looks like it, right? No. Coyote still have to play another game. We have a lot of rest here. A lot of rest for us, thankfully. Okay, so we do, of course, win our division once again, 129 points. We win our conference with 129 over the Devils. And, of course, another President's Trophy. The Devils are right behind us. We don't like to see that. But it's a third, or what we said, a third consecutive President's Trophy and 4 in our last 5 years now. The Kings end at the bottom of the league, and we end at the top. We had a plus 130 goal difference, which is way above anyone else. Almost, actually, more than double than anybody else. Goals for, 30 more than anybody else. Goals against, second least. Power play of 29.1%, 4% above the Maple Leafs, who were in second. Yeah, plus 130 goal differential is ridiculous. And penalty kill, number one in the league at 88.8%. Is that the best we've had? 29.1. Yeah, 29.1 is a new best power play percentage. But 88 and 88.8, yeah, our old was 88.5. So best power play and best penalty kill through our career mode series in HLM so far. Wow. Finishing off the year, of course, 9-1-10 in our last 10 games. Shook. Sheesh. Okay. So now for the the point scoring. Looking in the entire NHL, Ryan Getzlaf leads the league for another Art Ross trophy. The 22-year-old will win back-to-back. Wait, what did he win last year? Wait, did he not win anything last year? All-Star, Bob Clark, Stanley Cup. I thought he won something last year. I guess he was just in the mix for some nominations or something. No, but Ryan Getzlaf will win the Art Ross trophy, ladies and gentlemen, with 123 points. How about Koltaspakov? Yes, back-to-back Maurice Richards for the 23-year-old Kazakhstanian sniper. Wow, shook. So that's going to be, Cup, now 2 Rockets, 57 goals, more than his 54 last year. Higher point total as well at 112 points. Incredible. The top 2 goal scorers in the NHL, both from the Ottawa Senators. Top 2 point scorers now as well. Koltaspakov and Getzlaf, 1 and 2. Ryan Kessler, 23 years old over in Chicago. The youth is taking over here in the NHL. Me6 Bots, Sidney Crosby. The youth is taking over. Jason Allison, 32 years old. Career high 102 points. Okay. For the defense here, Ed Jovanovski, 97 points. Yeah, he'll get the awards out there. Oh, wow. Ed Jovanovski was a huge career year. But Wade Redden will definitely be in the nominations as always, finishing second in scoring amongst defensemen. And finally, the goaltenders, Kari Lehtinen, the most wins at 54. 11 shutouts from Martin Biron. Whoa. Goal saves above expected has Lehtinen in 6th. Okay. So definitely Vezina votes, but I don't think that's going to be a Vezina this year. Lundqvist, Jaguar, Brodeur. Wow. But the most wins at 54 on the year. Career high for him there. Yes. Actually, no. He had 58 when he played 81 games by accident in 05, 06, right? Cam Ward, we're thinking about acquiring him at one point. He's grown to a 90 overall now. Boy. All right. What else can we see here? World Juniors. Dowd, 16 points in 7 games from Robert Dowd. 67 overall from Billingham. Okay. Last 5 games. Who scored the most last 5? Getzlaf, 7 points in the last 5 games. Who had the most in the last 5 games in the NHL? 11 points in 5 games from a bunch of players. And well, finally, rookies. Wait, no. Take this off. Oh, hold on. Too many things. Rookies. Okposo, 47 points. Where does that put him? Martinez, 62. Okposo finishes second in rookie scoring. Patrick Kane in third. Milas in fourth. And how did Yager do? Of course, we're going to look at our team now. So now, just the Ottawa Senators. Here we go. So Getzlaf, Koltaspakov. Yager finishes third, in team scoring. He ends with 27 points in 16 games as a Senator, going from 0.91 points per game in Pittsburgh to 1.69 points per game. His highest point per game pace since 1995-96. Wow. Jaromir Jagr, we love you, buddy. That is crazy. Jaromir Jagr. Mark Savard scores, Redden for a 78. We saw that. Mark Savard with 71, better than last year. Actually, that's his best year as a Senator since his first full season with us in 03-04. We've loved having Mark Savard here. Awesome job from him. Let's see. Daniel Alfredsson, 67 points from the captain. About the same as last year with less ice time. So really nice to see. His health has gone way down, now at 35. But thank you, Daniel Alfredsson. Alexei Yashin scores 56 going down. But again, big drop in ice time. Makes sense for Yashin. That's fine. Louis Eriksson, in now his sophomore season, scores 53. Less ice time, though, again. So don't worry. Once Yager's gone and Alfredsson and Yashin, everybody, there'll be more to go around. Caberlet, 48 points. Always around that same, hovering on that same area. That's good. Kyle Okposo, 47-point rookie season. Love that. Milas, 45-point rookie season for the two-way forward, playing 1640 per night. Very good. How many points of Jägers were on the power play? 5 power play points. That first line just soaking up so much of the scoring. I know. Mike Camilleri, it was a bit of a tough year here. 30 points in 64 games, 0.47 points per game. It wasn't a good pace, but I don't know, the ice time wasn't that low, but it didn't come soon enough. Don't worry, Mike. We're going to give you your ice time. I know he's 25 now. I don't think he's going to grow much more than 87 overall. Yeah, you have to get to elite. He's maxed out at this point, but 87 is still fine for a middle six scorer. Ratchnik had a 23-point season. Nice to see. Karel Ratchnik, who continues to be super consistent for us. Chris Phillips, 14. Kobasu, 12 points in 50 games. Better points per game than last year, though. Yeah, we'll take that. Yeah, the 87 overall. Vitlinish, 10 in 68. Neisser, 10 in 76. Paradis, 8 in 82. Hendricks, 7 in 47. And Franzen, 6 in 23. Cammy could be first line, possibly with Colt having right wing option next. True. Good point. And the goaltenders, Antti Niemi going, what was his record in the end here? Sorry. Doesn't say losses. Just 9 wins and 14 appearances, 1 shutout, 908 save percentage, 0.22 goal saves above expected. Very good. 9-5. Oh, sorry, there it is. 9-5-0. Okay. Whoo, boy. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There is the season. Now time for the playoffs, as we'll be facing the Florida Panthers in round 1. The 8th seed Panthers in round 1. All right. So on this Florida Panthers team, let's see, they finished, look in the conference, the Panthers finished 42, 31, and 9. I like seeing all these stats here. 86 offense, 84 defense, 90 goaltending. Of course, yeah, that's true. They have Roberto Luongo. So Pierre Turgeon, Olli Jokinen, Pavel Bure on the first line, Zuccarello, Roenick, and Chatan on the second line, sorry. Konowalchuk, Wilm, and Murray, former Senator Glenn Murray. There he is on the third line. Huselius, Nielsen, and Leon on the fourth. McGillis and Dan Boyle, who's a machine. Offensive defenseman on the first pair. Yaroslav Spacek and Ference on the second. Bouchard and Terrier on the third. 92 overall. Roberto Luongo starting between the pipes. Oof, that will not be easy. We have faced the Panthers before, right? Let me see here. Yes, we faced the Panthers in year 5. We beat them in 6 games in round 2 on our way to the Stanley Cup. That's when we face off against them last. Go back to full screen here. Come on. Thank you. Okay, so that is the Panthers team that we're coming up against here for game 1, round 1. Let's keep everything as it's been. We are ready. This is our best chance at another Stanley Cup. We have to stay strong. We can't let the slow sim get us. We have to be clinical on the power play. And we need that top line to keep coming through for us as we try to capture our second cup through 8 years of the GM data era and what would be a second cup in 4 years. Here we go. Postseason time. If we go full screen. And there we go. Here we go. Game 1, round 1 here in Ottawa. Let's get excited. Leave that like if you haven't already for some good luck, and let's do it. Power play Panthers to start things off. Killed off quickly. Let's go up fast. Let's not let Luongo get comfortable. Quick goal from Yashin. Thank you from Alfredsson and Eriksson. The third line gets the party going. The veterans line of Yashin and Alfredsson with Eriksson as the sophomore, of course. Power play Panthers to start the second is killed off, and we lead 1-0. Make the 2-0 thanks to Yashin's second on the power play from Eriksson and Cabriolet. Thank you. Alexei Yashin, the 33 or now maybe 34-year-old alternate captain, putting us up. Koltasnikov's first, also on the power play, unassisted. 3-0 Sens here in the third. That's what we love to see. 4-0 Koltasnikov on the power play. His second from Redden and Getzlaff. Yes. 4-0 Sens. Let's break through. 5-0 power play. We're 4 for 5 on the power play. Since when do we see power play percentages like this? Alfie from Redden and Jaeger. Savard from Milas and Redden. 6-0 Sens. How about that for a series opener? 6-0 shutout victory from Kari Lehtinen. Three assists from Wade Redden gets him first star honors. 28 saves from Lehtinen. 2 goals from Koltasnikov. And we'll take that to start things off. Thank you very much. 6-0 the final. Great way to start game one. Let's keep it rolling. We have a lot to get through, hopefully in this playoffs. So let's keep on rolling. Game two, 1-0 early. Jaromir Jagr's first career playoff goal as a Panther, as a Senator, on the power play from Getzlaf. Then Camilleri, then Okposo's first career playoff goal. Savard, Milas, and then Kobasu with the assists. More. Yashin from Eriksson and Alfredsson. 4-0 through the first period. Yes. What's that? And Jagr second from Getzlaf. Where's that gif? Kylo Ren. More. Let's go. Cole Taps called more. GM Data screaming from the press box. More. The first goal of the series for the Panthers comes from Pierre Turgeon as Cole Taps scores his third from Jagr and Getzlaf. It's 6-1 here in the third period. More. I don't want to scream to wake up too many people here. Maybe I could. More. Yes, Alfredsson. More. Camilleri makes it 6. More, I say. 8-1 the final. I don't want to scare anybody here in the house. 8-1 Senators. Camilleri from Savard and Milas. Alfredsson from Eriksson. Oh, boy. Sorry, who were the 3 stars in this one? And 3 stars. Jagr, 2 goals and an assist for first star. Getzlaf, 3 assists. Alfredsson, a goal and an assist. Shots end 44-29. We've outscored the Panthers 14-1 in games 1 and 2 at home. 4 points from 4 different players through 2 games. He's already dead. Just let it go. All right, here we go in Florida for game 3 now. Exact same level of offense. Let's keep it up. Scoring 7 goals per game on average here. Let's do it. Power play. Oh, quick 3 goals there over the course of like 50 seconds. Murray on the power play to open up for the Panthers. Their first lead, but only lasts for 12 seconds as Okposo scores from Neisser and Kobasu. Then Yashin's fourth from Redden and Phillips. We're up 2-1 here in the second period. Quick little flurry of goals there. 2-1 here in the second. Need a sip after all that Kylo Ren. Ryan Getzlaf with his first of the playoffs from Jagr. 3-1 Ottawa. Jagr, if that was the move that we needed to make to get us over the top to win the Stanley Cup, then I make it every day. 2-goal lead with a few minutes to go. Power play Panthers. They have life. Shatan from Bury on the power play. 5 minutes to go. Could they force overtime? Power play again for the Panthers, but we hang on for the 3-2 victory. Much closer this game. The shots end 41-29. Redden with the first star. Really, Getzlaf second and Phillips third as we win this one. There we go. And oh, perfect timing. It's Cagney coming in for the big day and for your wedding too. Thank you, Cagney, with the after $1.52 of fees with the 31.32 Canadian from Cagney. Thank you very much. I wouldn't call today's stream marathon like a big, the big wedding fundraiser. I think we'll do a big wedding stream for maybe the last year of the Islanders or something. But definitely, as we're like a month away from my wedding now, part of this marathon is to raise funds, whether it be through donations, not at all necessary, or just the YouTube money that comes from the advertisements and whatever, a few dollars that comes from that, whatever it is, I'm counting these 4 streams as going towards that. So whether it be through YouTube ads or donations themselves, I'm not an official fundraiser, but I'm kind of thinking of it in that mindset. So thank you very, very kindly, Cagney. We have a great record of when Cagney gives a donation. So now we're up 3-0 in this series. Could that be the good luck that we need to sweep the Panthers and continue on our journey to the Stanley Cup? Thank you kindly, my friend, for the very generous donation. That's going to go into created player entries in our raffle for you as well. The Panthers start off this one with the opening goal. Boyle on the power play from Turgeon and Shatan. 1-0 Panthers. 1-1 Wade Redden ties it from Getzlaf and Jagr, but then Hoagland scores early in the second, 27 seconds in from Spacek to make this a 2-1 Panthers game. Halfway through the second period, we're more than doubling their shots. 29-14, 33-14 now. Still, Bobby Lou is holding it down for them. Third period now, outshooting the Panthers 40-17. Finally, Koltasnikov's fourth from Jagr and Redden ties this game at 2. 41-19 the shots. Power play goal from Camilleri, but then Nilsson ties it right back up at 3. Let me just pause here for a quick second. So Camilleri power play goal from Eriksson and Savard to put us up 3-2. But then just like 40 seconds later, Nilsson ties it back up 3-3. Shots are 43-24. And we have the final 5 minutes to go now here. Is there going to be a winner? Dan Boyle, that could be it with 2 minutes to go. No! Getzlaf forces overtime. Yes! Getzlaf with 1:14 left. His second of the playoffs from Koltasnikov and Caberlet forcing overtime, and James signing on as an official AGM. Welcome to the channel membership, James. If you're not already a channel member, $1.99 Canadian a month, a ton of perks for you both on the YouTube channel and the Discord server. James now with access to those with the loyalty badge next to his name, the emojis that he can use in the chat as well, player raffles, a created player coming his way, and access to the channel where we're talking always, private conversations in there for the inside convos. And channel members tonight will be a part of our mock draft. So James, if you want to be, I don't know, are you in the Discord server, James? If you want to be a part of the mock draft tonight, you have access to that as a channel member for a perk. Thank you kindly for joining on. Hopefully that's the good luck we need to push into the overtime victory. A goal for us sends us to round 2 and sweeps the Panthers. A goal for the Panthers will send this series back to Ottawa for game 5. Overtime in Sunrise. Here we go. Getzlaf had the late tying goal. Could we see a winner from like a Yager? No, it's McGillis to force game 5. All right, the Panthers have life. Luongo was going to steal them a game for sure. We did get 4, but it was understandable that Luongo would steal them a game. Let's close it off here in game 5 on home ice and get a little bit of rest before we move to round number 2. Yes, I'm counting those chickens. That's how confident I am. Teddy scores from Murray and Nilsson. Awesome. Thanks, James. Are you in the server already? I'm not sure. Just a speed bump. Yeah, 3 goals on 10 shots. That's great. All right, here we go. The comeback starts now. Alfredsson power play goal from Getzlaf and Redden. Let's shake it off. Here we go. Power play. Thank you. Wade Redden from Alfredsson and Getzlaf on the power play again. 3-2. We're down by 1. Power play sends. Yes, Camilleri! His 4th from Savard. Down 3-0 to tying this game at 3. You didn't think we were going to choke it, did you? 3-3. Here we go. Third period action. 3 from Florida, 3 from Ottawa. Next one might be the winner in a game like this. 12 minutes to go here in the third. Shots are pretty even. Zuccarello power play goal. Hold on, power play sends. We've been good on power play tonight. Yes, it's Yager! Jaromir Yager ties it. Power play again late. Will we see overtime? Yes, we will. Hold on, power play sends. Oh my goodness, from down 3-0. Not yet, okay, no problem. But if you do join it, then I'll give you access to the channel where we're having discussions on the mock draft tonight. Thanks again, James. Yager from Getzlaf and Koltasnikov ties this game. We're 4 for 9 on the power play tonight. All 4 of our goals coming on the power play. We have a power play here in overtime. A goal for us will end this series in 5 and send us to round 2. But a goal for the Panthers will once again have them live, and they'll survive to see game 6. Power play, Ottawa, that's killed off in the end. 5 minutes into overtime here. Who's going to be the hero tonight? Power play Panthers killed off. 10 minutes to go. Who has it with 5 minutes left in this first overtime, or will we see double overtime even? Shots 53-42 for the Sens. Off to double overtime. Power play Panthers. Killed off. Power play Sens. Killed off as well. Double overtime. Power play Ottawa again. Oh my goodness. Again. Power play Senators. Oh my goodness. 5 minutes to go in double overtime. The Panthers hang on for dear life. Power play Sens killed off. Still hanging the triple overtime. It's the longest game I've ever seen in HLM. Power play Sens again. We're 4 for 16. 16 power plays. Triple overtime. Power play Panthers killed off. Triple overtime. The Senators win. Mike Camilleri in triple overtime. The longest game I've ever seen on HLM. 86 shots on net. Bobby Lou, get to the ice bath. The shots end 86-56. And the Senators win in triple overtime. Camilleri from Savard and Phillips. And we're off to round 2. Luongo makes 81 saves, but they're not enough. Poor Bobby Lou. Getzlaf 3 assists. Redden a goal and an assist. And we are off to the second round after a triple overtime thriller. Almost a whole extra game. We definitely need to rest after that one. Oh my goodness. Getzlaf with 10 points in that series of 5 games. Yager with 8, Redden with 8, Alfredsson, Savard, and Koltasnikov all with 6. Camilleri and Eriksson with 5, Yashin 4, Milas 3, Phillips, Caberlet, Kobasu, and Okposo with 2, Neeser 1. No points from Ratchenik, Vitalinish, or Paradis, understandably. Wonder what the record is for shots in a game. Yeah, I'm not sure. And Lettinen goes 4-0-1, 1 shutout, 1.97 goals against, and a .932 save percentage. Sheesh. Longest I've seen as well. Yeah. I've never seen more than double overtime. Need some water after that. Triple overtime. Now, who will we face in round 2? with a little bit of rest. Very good after all that we did there. The Tampa Bay Lightning ready to face us. Mario Lemieux. No, he's on the Rangers. It's Svitov, and is it Dimitra who went to Tampa? We'll check here. The Tampa Bay Lightning, strong team for sure. They went, the record was here actually, 42, 31, and 9 on the season. In round 1, let's see here. What? The 7 seed Lightning swept the second best team in the NHL. The 7 seed Lightning took down the Devils in 4 games and now face off against us. Oh my goodness. The record for most shots in a game is 92 by the Montreal Maroons against the Detroit Red Wings on March 24th, 1936. How about that? And 16 power plays tie an NHL record. IRL, the Leafs got 16 in an 0-5 game. Wow. We were like 4 for 5. Then we ended up being 4 for 16 on the power play. That would have been super frustrating, but it's HLM, so you got to let it go. Lineups now. So the Lightning coming off of a sweep of the Devils. That is very scary to think about. Tampa Bay Lightning. Here we go. So Svitov, of course, their star. 86 points this year, but 119 points last year. Second overall pick in 2001, Alexander Svitov with Vincent Lecavalier and Martin Saint-Louis. It was no Kovalev. They got Kovalev at the deadline, Brad Richards, and Sami Kapanen. 37 points for me. That's it. Okay. Ekman, Hume, and Johnson. Mike Johnson on the third line. Anson Carter, Valtteri Filppula, and Sean Horkoff on the fourth line. Sekera with Kubina on the first pair of defense. Mara with Artur Zveni. Can I just say that? There's some silent letters in there. Gleason and Zayuzin on the third pair. Patrick Lalime. Wow, facing our old friend Patrick Lalime, who won a Vezina and a Stanley Cup here in Ottawa. We traded him in the Kari Lehtinen deal. It really worked out very well for us. He's not been good at all since that trade. He was horrible with He was not very good with the Lightning this year either, but somehow swept the Devils with 4 wins, allowing 5 goals over 4 games, 1.59 goals against average. 1.25 goals against average and a .958 save percentage. What a storyline. Patrick Lalime here to face off against us now, backed up by Roman Cechmanek. Oh, wow. History has come back to haunt us. Well, hopefully it won't come back to haunt us, but it's come back to visit us. Here we go for game 1 of round 2. If you're just joining us, leave that like if you haven't already for some good luck, and let's get into it. Game 1, round 2, year 8 here in the 07-08 season. Senators Lightning here in Ottawa. Let's do it. Coming off of our triple overtime winner in the first round. Power plays on both sides are killed off early. Lightning power play killed off again halfway through the first. Shots pretty even. Who's going to blink first? Ekman from Kubina and Sekera, 1-0 Lightning. First one going Tampa's way. Second period now. We don't want another. We can't have a third consecutive second round exit. Here we go. Second period. It's such a strong team. We know that we can do this. We can do this. Breakthrough Lalime. Breakthrough Lalime. Come on, Alfie, you know him. Yashin, you know him. Redden, you know him. Milas scores from Savard and Vitlinish. But hold on. Sorry, too much going on. Ekman then Filppula. Milas from Savard and Vitlinish gives us life. We're at down 2-1, but then like 30 seconds later, Le Cavalier restores the 3-1 lead, the 2-goal cushion, I should say. Getzlaf's third from Yager and Koltaspikov with 15 seconds left in the period, though, makes it a 1-goal game once again. Shots are 23-22 for the Lightning. We're down by 1 here in the third. Let's get another. Thank you, Yager. Okay, I don't even have to call in anybody's name. Yager from Getzlaf and Cavalier. And Kyle Okposo with his third. We're up 4-3. Power play Ottawa now. A couple killed off. We're 0 for 3. 4 minutes to go. Will that be enough to win it? Oh, what a comeback. From down 3-1, we win 4-3 in game 1. Getzlaf a goal and an assist. Yager a goal and an assist. Okposo with a goal. And we win 4-3 the final. Oh, yes. That's a huge comeback victory and setting the tone for this series. Whew, let's get straight into game 2 now with a 1-0 series lead after that win at home. Here we go. I don't want to go down so early, but we broke through Lalime eventually. Kovalev from Kapanen and Richards. Alex Kovalev, who was offered to us by the Penguins, by the Coyotes, yes. But then we went after Yager instead, the biggest fish on the market. Kotaspekov's 5th from Getzlaf. Then Redden on the power play, his 3rd from Alfredsson here in the playoffs. We're from down 1-0 to up 2-1. Power play Lightning killed off halfway through this game with the 1-goal lead. 5 minutes to go in the second. Power play Sens killed off once more. 3rd period action now with a 1-goal lead. Let's add to it. Horkoff at 4th line from Filppula and Carter is a 2-2 game. Shots are 40-27. Patrick Lalime standing tall. We got to break through him again. Power play Sens. There it is. Getzlaf, his 4th in the power play, unassisted. 5 minutes to go. Could that be the winner? Power play winner? No! Kovalev scores late, and it's off to overtime. 3-3 game. Kovalev scores the minute 46 left in the game. In the 3rd period, I should say. Overtime now, halfway through the first overtime period. Will it be a 1-1 series or 2-0 Sens with both games being won at home? 4 minutes to go. We're going to see double overtime now. Lots of extra play being had by the Senators skaters. Halfway through double overtime. Oh my goodness. Shots are 57-56. 5 minutes to go and the Lightning win. Filppula with 5 minutes left in double overtime. Yeah, we need more goals from Kotaspekov, man. Lalime makes 58 saves and is the first star of the game. Of course he is. As we now have a 1-1 series and a best of 5 on our hands, headed to Tampa. Now here we are in May. Oh, good old double overtime. Draft preview. Stamkos now ranked 1st. Makes sense. Doughty, Bogosian, Bodker, Marchessault, Hodgson, Pietrangelo, Filatov. Who's this? Nikita Filatov. Huh. Draft ranked 5th to 8th. Interesting. Like Marchessault, you can see 25th to 3rd. Then now down to 5th. Bogosian 6th, 4th, 1st. Now he's 3rd. Are there any created players in this draft? I'm not sure. All right. Let's get into it. Before we start thinking about any line changes or anything like that, let's just keep on rolling into game 3. After this game, I think is where we might have to think about changes if certain players aren't waking up. But Getzlaf's 5th on the power play from Kotaspekov makes it 1-0. We have the lead for the first time, or score the first goal for the first time. Le Cavalier power play goal right after those from Svitov and St. Louis. 1-1 game late in the first. Off the second, out shooting 20. Sorry, shots tied at 12. Here we are in the second period of the 1-1 game. Getzlaf with our lone goal on the power play. We're scoring a ton on the power play. We need those even strength goals past Lalime. We need to get by this guy. Oh my goodness, Patrick Lalime. 5 minutes left in the second. Thank you, Kotaspekov. We've been looking for him. His 6th of the playoffs from Yager, who gets his 7th assist. 3rd period now, out shooting Tampa just slightly. 3rd period with 12 minutes to go. Another one would go a very long way here. Lettinen, yes, and he's answering the call from Cagney in the chat. 3 minutes to go, 2 minutes, final minute, and he answers the call. Lettinen had to be better, and how about first-star honors? 30 saves on 31 shots. Kotaspekov a goal and an assist, including the game winner. Lalime with another masterclass with 33 saves, but we got more, and we win 2-1 to now have a 2-1 series lead. Okay. He gets life out for 3 days. Yeah. I'm going to say Yashin comes up, not Milas. Yashin comes up. Okposo comes up. Hendricks goes there. Milas can go back here. Yashin moves up. And Savard can go here. Lalime playing with a chip on his shoulder. Yeah, I get it. So Getzlaf out for game 4. We have a 2-1 series lead. He'll be back next game, but he's out for game 4. He'll be back for game 5, but out for game 4 with a 2-1 series lead. Here we go in Tampa, take a 3-1 series lead. That's what we're hoping for. Here, as we're getting close to concluding our first of 4 streams on the day today. Alfredsson from Ericsson, thank you very much. We'll have 4 streams coming your way today. Hockey Legacy Manager now. Next up is the Blue Jays, then the Islanders, and then finally a mock draft this evening of the 2025 draft, which is just a few days away. Kotaspekov's 7th from Yager and Yashin's first assist. 4 goals and an assist now, I think he has. Kotaspekov is 8th on the power play. He's answering the call from Yager and Redden. Thank you very much. 3-0 Sens. Le Cavalier makes it 3-1. So subscribe and hit that bell to not miss out on any of our streams coming your way today. St. Louis power play goal, now a 1-goal game. Moving into the 3rd period. Shots 28-21. We scored 3, but now we've allowed 2 unanswered. 3 unanswered, Anson Carter. From up 3-0 to now tied 3-3. We did this to Tampa in game 1. Now they're doing it to us in game 4. And now there it is. Exactly what happened. Like clockwork. 3-0 lead and lose 4-3 like clockwork. That's running in about 10 minutes, but we'll be back later for sure. No problem, Cagney. Like clockwork, we choke a 3-0 lead and lose 5-3. All right, Getzlaf is back. Now a 2-2 series. First line's been great. Camilleri, maybe Yashin second line. Eriksson, Miles, Alfredsson third line. Let's try that. Little change in the middle six here. Just a little change in the middle six. Getzlaf comes back here and back here. Very good. All right. All right, we have a 2-2 series on our hands here against the Lightning. It's getting too close for comfort. Let's go. We choked that last game. We need to be better in game 5. And Kapanen scores on the first couple shots. Thank you, Yager answers right back on the power play from Getzlaf and Redden, though. And then Filipula, 2 goals on 5 shots against Lettinen, 3 goals on 6 shots against Lettinen. Great. And we're down 3-1. Oh, my goodness. A third consecutive second-round exit, right? With 63 wins. Yashin, power play goal from Eriksson. Thank you. We're not done yet. Down by 1 with still a lot of hockey left to be played. Shots 15-10 in our favor. Let's go. Halfway through this game, down by 1. Top 6, we got to keep relying on you. Can't only be power play goals. Both of our goals coming on the power play. Even strength. Let's go. Come on, Carey. Not good enough. I agree as he allows another 4-2. Power play Sens, and that's going to be the game. As we now are down 3-2 in the series. From up 2-1 to down 3-2 in the series, we have to win back-to-back. As Lettinen allows 6 on 30. Redden gets one back. Thanks for nothing. I mean, it's a little too late. 6 on 31, and we are now on the brink of being eliminated by the Lightning. We're going to take down the first and second place teams, right? Panic line changes. Yeah, time for some panic line changes. I don't think we can touch the first line. I'm going to touch everything but the first line, I think. So we made a change already, and that worked with Yashin scoring. Camilleri, Yashin. Actually, I can look at the points here. 7 points from Savard. Yashin has those 5 goals. Camilleri, 5 goals as well. Maybe we need a playmaker here. Eriksson comes up here. Maybe Alfredsson. He has 9 points in 10 games. Let me think about this. Kotaspov, Getzlaf, Yager's not changing. Alfredsson. Maybe Savard goes center. Alfredsson, Savard, Camilleri. Miles, Yashin, no. Eriksson, Yashin, Okposo. Neeser, Miles, Kobasu, just for 1 game. See what happens. The classic swap, Caberlet to the top pair. This wouldn't do anything. Ratchenik's better anyways. We'll keep him there. Now, does Lettinen get changed for Niemi? Lettinen, 914 save percentage, 2.66 goals against average. Last change now. Do we swap Lettinen for Niemi? These are such good. Camilleri's going to come off the penalty kill. Let's put Kobasu. Have to ride carry, says Cagney. Anyone better on defense? No. So Kobasu on the penalty kill, that's it. All right, there are the changes for game 6. We got to win back-to-back here against the Lightning. We can do this. We can absolutely do this. We had a 17-game win streak. We can do this. We can do this. We got to win back-to-back. Oh, yeah. Or will it be a third consecutive second-round exit? HLM likely won't do your backup any favors like EA could. Gotcha. To avoid a third consecutive second-round exit and to say that we've won 4 of the last 5 President's Trophies, but have only made it to the Eastern Conference Final twice. We've done it before. Here we go. Game 6 of the second round in Tampa. We got to win to force 7. Who's going to start this off for us? Here we go. Line changes have been made. And we got to see the fruit now. Let's go. Yager from Getzlaf and Kotaspikov. That first line, we're not touching them. Then Miles, then Caberlet. 3-0 early. 4-0 Savard. Yes. Kapanen gets one back. We're up 4-1. Yager, Miles on the 4th line. Caberlet on the top pair. Savard to the line changes. Yes, line changes have done something at least. Power play Sens killed off. We're up 4-1. Naked 5. Getzlaf from Kotaspikov and Yager. 5-1 lead here in the second period. Hopefully that's enough to at least force 7. Third period, Kotasnikov's 9th from Redden and Getzlaf. Yes, we will see 7. We will see game 7, ladies and gentlemen. So the line changes did something. Time to prove a point, says Cagney, and I agree. That point has been proven about halfway now. Now let's finish the job in game 7 back home in Ottawa. Kapanen scores again late. Lettinen allows 2 on 32 as we score 6 on 36 past Lalim. A goal and 3 assists from Igor, a goal and 2 assists from Getzlaf, a goal and assist from Yager. There's that top line showing up. And now for game 7 here against the Lightning, they swept the second best team in the league. Will they beat the best team in the league here in 7 games? 19 points in 10 games from Ryan Getzlaf. Let's do it. Game 7 of round 2. Winner goes to the Eastern Conference Final. Will we lose in the second round for a 3rd straight year, or will we make just our 2nd Eastern Conference Final of our 8 years here in Ottawa, despite 4 President's Trophies in the last 5 years? Let's do it. Show that passion. Power play sends early, killed off. Keep that exact same momentum from last game. And it's Kotasnikov's 10th from Alfredsson and Redden. Igor's 10th of the postseason. And Yager on the power play from Kotasnikov and Alfredsson. The power play has been doing so much. Camilleri's 6th. And then Savard on the power play, 4-0. The line changes did something. 5-0. Ericsson's 1st from Okposo and Cabriolet. Break out the milk. Break out the milk, everybody. Then hold on. The Cavalier and Kapanen scored twice within a couple minutes. Whoa. 3 goals in 5 minutes. And the Lightning have life from 5-0 to 5-3. 3 goals in 5 minutes. And the Lightning are still in this. Whoa. 4-5-4. Wait. No. What's happening? Hold on. Getzlaf ties it at 6. Wait. 7-6. Okay. Yes. And the Senators win. Oh my goodness. What a roller coaster. Don't choke on the milk. Oh my goodness. What just happened? The Senators are off to the Eastern Conference Final. We go up 5-0, and the Lightning then come back with 6 unanswered goals over the course of 20 minutes. The 3 in the final 10 of the second, and 3 in the first 10 of the third, before Getzlaf ties it with 5 to go. And then Milas on the 4th line from Phillips and Ratchenik scores the game-winning goal, thanks to those line changes. Whoo! Take a second to breathe, everybody. Take a second to breathe. The 3 stars are all going to the Lightning, but we score 7. Shot side ended 35. 7 on 35 for us, 6 on 35 for them. And we're off to the Eastern Conference Final. Wow. Take a second to breathe. Ryan Getzlaf with 20 points in 11 games. Kotasnikov, 10 goals and 19 points. Should have put a heart rate tracker on you for that one. There was some kind of point made there. Not sure what it was, but some kind of point was made. 18 points from Jaromir Jagr. We love it. Wade Redden with 15. Alfie 11. Savard 10. Eriksson 8 with his first goal as well. Camilleri 6 goals, 7 points. Yashin 5 goals, 6 points. Cabriolet and Milas with 6. Ratchenik and Okposo with 4. Phillips 3. Kobasu 2. Vitlinish and Neisser with 1. And Petty, the only player left with no points through 12 games. As Lettinen now has a .909 save percentage and 2.85 goals against average. As in the Eastern Conference Final, we'll be facing off against the... A little bit of a break here. That's nice. New York Rangers. Mario Lemieux and the Rangers. Well, I wonder if he's been called up, but we'll find out. The 51-28-3 New York Rangers. What have they done this postseason? Where am I looking? This bar always confuses me. Playoffs. As they are the 3 seed. They took down the 6 seed Bruins in 6. Then the 4 seed Maple Leafs in 7. So in the West, it's the 3 seed versus the 5 seed. And in the East, the 1 seed versus the 3 seed. So 1, 3, 3, 5 are the final 4 teams remaining here. Oh, boy. Let's check this out. Rangers lineup. Rangers. I doubt Mario is with them, but Mario versus Jagger would be a crazy storyline. And no, it doesn't look like it, eh? Not even as a healthy scratch. Too bad. So Parise, Malhotra, and Brendel. They have 85 overall first-line center. What? Parise, Malhotra, and Brendel. What are their stats here? 8 points from Malhotra. Hlavik, Nedved, and McKenzie on the second line. Third line, former Senator Isbister with Dominic Moore and Alex Semin. Fourth line, Sean Avery, Rod Brendamore, and Chad LaRose. How about that? Defense, Wojciech and Boucher, who just got traded here, right? Philip Boucher? Yes. 83 overall. Just got traded here. Johnson with Matteau. And then Zidlicki with Brian Leach. Henrik Lundqvist, of course, he's the one who has them here. 97 overall, Henrik Lundqvist, with a 2.12 goals against average and a 942 save percentage. Cagney, got to run. Hope the cup is waiting when I get back. Thanks for being here, Cagney. Appreciate you. Former Senator Mariusz Czerkowski, the Polish prince, who we traded to the Rangers for a second-round pick that became Chris Letang. Oh, yeah. How about that? The Polish prince, healthy scratch. Same with Korpikoski. Wow. So Henrik Lundqvist is the reason they're here. Adrian O'Coin, healthy scratch. Sorry, injured right now, is an 81 overall as well. Okay. So 86 offense, 85 defense, and then 95 goaltending. That's crazy. Meanwhile, you have us with the 91 offense, 89 defense, and 91 goaltending. Boy, oh boy. Okay. So the Rangers going to be a tough one here against them. Am I missing anything? We're ready to go into this next round. We'll keep the lines as they were for games 6 and 7. Facing off against a strong Rangers team. Boucher is wearing 66 for the Rangers. What? That's crazy. True. Yeah. Yeah, it's not retired there. So, I mean, yeah, Lemieux is in the AHL for them. Yes. Okay. I'm kind of stalling, so I'm thinking that there's something I'm missing, but no, I think we're ready to go. Actually, no, yes, I want to see, have we faced the Rangers before? We faced the Rangers. Yes, so we beat the Rangers last year in round 1 in 7 games. That's the only other time that we faced the Rangers. All right, here we go. Game 1 of the 2008 Eastern Conference Final. Just the third time we've made it this far. Let's make it to our second cup final, starting here in Game 1 in Ottawa. Power play Rangers have killed off early. Power play Sens. We love our power play. That's killed off as well. Big battle here. Sean Avery from Zidlicki and Leach, and then Malhotra from Parise and Brendel. It's going to be really tough to break through Henrik Lundqvist. Here we go. We got to have that first line doing as much as they can. 2-0 Rangers moving into the second period already. Kultaspakov on the power play, his 11th from Redden and Getzlaff, giving us life. Then Dominic Moore from Isbister and Semin restore the 2-goal lead for the Rangers. Power play New York, killed off on both sides. We're 1 for 4. They're 0 for 2. Third period now, down by 2, down by 3, make that. As we're out shooting, hold on, Caberlet on the power play from Yashin. Then Eriksson from Yashin and Okposo. We're now down by 1 with 10 to go. Out shooting the Rangers 36-25. Final 10 minutes. Can we get one more to tie it? 5 minutes left. Come on. Oh, man. We get 3 on 39 past Lundqvist, which is as good as it's going to get. But we allow 4 on 27. We allow 4 on 27. I don't know. Do we give a game to Antti Niemi? This is crazy now. You're falling apart, man. Kari Lehtinen falling apart. I'm going to give him a game and just see what happens. We've seen Aubin do well. Yeah, auto-rotate, disabled. Niemi's going to get a game now. Lehtinen down to, because Lehtinen, down to a 905 save percentage and 2.93 goals against average, has now allowed... What is it? Hold on. I'm going to scroll all the way down again. He has now allowed 4 goals or more in 1, 2, 3, 4 of the last 5 games. We can't have that when Lundqvist is doing what he's doing. So here we go. Game 2 at home. Let's split the games at home. We're going to give a start to Niemi and see how he does. Win or lose, we'll see how he does. And we'll go from there. Niemi making his first career postseason start. At least he made it through the first 10 minutes so far. Power play Senators. Thank you. Ryan Getzlaff with his 8th unassisted. Thank you very much. And we will make it out of the period with the lead. Okay, 1-0 Sens. Second period now with a 16-13 shot lead. Still 1-0 at the halfway point here. I'd love another pass to Lundqvist, but Niemi doing well to hold it down. We can't rely on him forever, though. We need to get another third period now. Shots 25-20. 1-0 it remains thanks to that first period goal from Getzlaf. Power play Rangers is killed off. Halfway through the third, power play Rangers again. Killed off once more. They're 0 for 2. Final 5 minutes. Oh my goodness, Antti Niemi with a 27-save shutout in his postseason debut. See, we scored 2 on 37. Imagine if Letton allowed 3 on 27, we'd be losing 3-2. Getzlaf scores another, his 9th from Jagr and Kotaspikov late, possibly an empty netter, and we win 2-0 here in game 2, and Niemi gets a 27 what's the word I'm looking for? Just he has a 27 game shutout. I thought some other word from the thesaurus didn't come to my mind, but no. And Jokinen will say best lines. 1-1 series, and Niemi will get game 2. Here we go on the road at MSG here in New York, with Niemi starting another one after a 27 save shutout in his postseason NHL postseason debut, I should say. Yeah, the brain is a little bit everywhere here. Power play Sens again, killed off. Shots are 12-3 through the first 15 minutes. And power play Rangers killed off. Second period now. Cabriolet from Kotaspikov and Getzlaf. Thank you very much. Power play Sens. Kotaspikov with his team leading 12th from Redden and Jagr. 2-0. Antti Niemi standing tall. We got to keep scoring, though. We can't have him do it forever. That is now 5 shutout periods for Antti Niemi to make his postseason debut. Power play Rangers again, still on it, 4-on-4. Power play Sens, and there's Parise scoring. So it was 5.5 periods, 100, almost 100. So what's that? So 5 periods is 100 minutes. So 109 minutes and 54 seconds of shutout hockey from Antti Niemi to make his NHL postseason debut. 2-1 late here, 5 minutes ago in the third. The goal apiece, it's 3-2 Sens, power play, and we end with a victory. All right, so it was 2-0, then 2-1. Jagr makes it 3-1 on the power play from Getzlaf and Kotaspikov, and then Isbister scores one more, like 30 seconds after that, but it's not enough as we outshoot the Rangers 38-28 and come away with the 3-2 victory. 2-on-28 on Niemi, and we now have a 2-1 series lead. Okay, we will say thank you very much. Moving into game 4 now with the 2-1 series lead. Power play Rangers extended one to start the period, start the game even, but it's 0 for 2. Redden scores, and then Kotaspikov scores another. Redden from Getzlaf and Kotaspikov. Igor his 13th on the power play from Redden. Man, Wade Redden is an apple machine too. Same for Getzlaf though with 17 assists. 2-0 here in the second period. Rangers are 0 for 5 on the power play tonight. Very good. Second period halfway through. Shots 18-12. 5 minutes to go in the second period. Still with a 2-0 cushion, but I'd love to see a little bit more to it. Third period, Parise scores with 12 seconds left in the second. Now it's a 1-goal game in the third. Power play Sens. Camilleri on the power play, his 7th from Eriksson and Yashin. Halfway through the third with a 2-goal lead. Will that be enough to go up 3-1? That would be huge. Power play Sens, and that'll be enough. Redden from Jagr, Yashin on the power play from Eriksson, and we win 5-1 as Redden has 2 goals and an assist for the first star. Igor a goal and assist, Yashin a goal and an assist. We outshoot the Rangers 36-28. Antti Niemi, what a machine. This is crazy from Antti Niemi. Check out the stats on him now. 3 games, 1 goal against average, 964 save percentage. Keep it up, man. Keep it up. Now into game 5, with a chance to close it out and go to just our second Stanley Cup final in 8 years with the Senators, and it will be our second in 5 years, I believe, to a second appearance in 5 years. If I'm counting correctly, I have to go back and check the sheet. Here we go at home in Ottawa for game 5 against the Rangers. They won game 1, and then we've won 3 in a row. Can we end it off with a gentleman's sweep here in Ottawa for game 5? Power play Sens. We love the power play, but this one's killed off by the Rangers, and they have their first lead in a long time. Brendel from Parise and O'Coin, who's healthy now, back in the lineup. 1-0 Rangers at the end of the first. Second period, power play Sens. You know we love that. 4-on-4, power play Rangers, killed off, even strength. Here we go back to it. All right, halfway through this game, Semin scores from Moore, and it's 2-0 Rangers now. Multi-goal lead for them. Power play Sens. This would be big to end the period. No, killed off, and now we go into the third, now down 3-0. So it looks like the Rangers are going to fight back to force game 6. Can we close it off in 6, though? That'll be the question. As Henrik Lundqvist, who got not destroyed or anything, but faced a few losses, was losing the goaltending battle. He gets a 38 save shutout of his own as the Rangers win 3-0 despite being outshot 38-27. And now we head to game 6 with a chance to close it out at MSG on the road. Mighty Joe, welcome to the stream. We are currently in game 6 of round 3 after a 63-win season, awards and all the great accolades that went along with it. We're in game 6, up 3-2 against the Rangers, looking to close it out and not allow them to force 7. Let's go to our second Stanley Cup final in 5 years and of 8 years in this entire career mode series. A couple power plays there. Getzlaf with his 10th on the power play unassisted. Very good. That's his third power play goal that's unassisted, I think, by the way, which is a bit rare. Getzlaf on the power play, his 10th. Camilleri from Paradis and Alfredsson, his 8th. Very good. 2-0 lead for the Sens now in the second period. 3-0. Igor's 14th. 14 from Igor, 10 from Getzlaf. Yager and Alfredsson with the assists. Getzlaf with almost 30 points through 3 rounds here. Let's get it, baby. Leave that like for good luck if you haven't already. 3-0 moving into the third period with a chance to close it off and move to the Stanley Cup final. Power plays, Camilleri, his 9th from Caberlet and Yashin. He wants those first-line minutes next year. Antti Niemi shuts the door. And ladies and gentlemen, Yashin from Eriksson and Phillips, your Ottawa Senators are off after surviving a few scares to the 2008 Stanley Cup final. 27 save shutout from Antti Niemi. Camilleri 2 goals, Yashin a goal and an assist, and we've made it. Wow. We changed Kari Lehtinen. 92 overall, Kari Lehtinen was struggling. He allowed 4 goals or more over a bunch of starts in a row. Niemi comes in. He now has a 1.2 goals against average and a 956 save percentage with 2 shutouts through 5 games. That is bananas. Oh my, as we will now be going, let me check the sheet again. This is our second Stanley Cup final in 1, 2, 3. So in 4 years, 1, 2, 3, 4. Our second cup final in 4 years, and just our second through the 8 years in this HLM series. Whew. Let's check the points here as Ryan Getzlaf has 27 points. Sorry, Igor Kotaspikov has 27 points and 14 goals in 18 games. But Getzlaf also 27 in 17 games, so higher for the points per game. Jaromir Jagr, who we picked up at the trade deadline, 23 points in 18 games. Let's get him one more cup. Wade Redden with 20 points in 18 games. Alfredsson 13. Yashin and Eriksson with 12. Savard and Camilleri with 10. Camilleri 9 goals, 10 points. Caberlet 9. Milas 6. Okposo 5. Phillips and Ratchenik with 4. Kobasu 2. Vitalinesh, Neser, and Paradis all with 1, as the goaltending has been crazy. Antti Niemi 4-1, 5.14 goals saved above expected, while Lehtinen was at negative 6.09. Yeah, exactly. That's why we made the change. And now in the Stanley Cup final, who are we facing off against? We beat the Canucks last time, 4 years ago. The Canucks, no, they got eliminated in round 2. We're facing the Detroit Red Wings, the actual 2008 Stanley Cup champions, correct? Yes. Yeah, we got Jagr at the trade deadline. It was a crazy move. Big blockbuster deal. He was on the block. We picked him up from the Penguins, who had him on an expiring deal, wanting to move him. Let's see if we can get him that cup. He's been a huge part of our first line. He's at the highest scoring pace he's been on since 1995-96. And now here we are against the 43-34-5 Detroit Red Wings for the 08 Stanley Cup final. The 5 seed in the West. Wow. So the Red Wings beat the 4 seed Oilers in 6. The 1 seed top in the West Canucks in 7. And then the 3 seed Stars in 6. Senators versus Red Wings here in the Stanley Cup final. Let's see the Red Wings lineup. Those line changes plus the goalie changes did a lot for us. The Red Wings here, this is going to be a crazy team. JP Dumont, Pavel Datsyuk, and who's this? Jason Brooks as the first line. Let's look at their stats as well. Datsyuk, 19 points in 19 games. Jeff Friesen, Patrice Bergeron. Wow. Only 4 points. Patrice Bergeron. And Justin Williams on the second line. There he is, 17 points. Jason Williams, sorry. Not Justin. He was on another team. Jason Williams, 17 points. Boyd Devereaux, Corey Stillman, and Sergei Fedorov. Fedorov, who's 38 now, on the third line. Holmstrom, Harvey, and Beach on the fourth line. Nick Lidstrom, of course, with all of his awards, 91 overall, 38-year-old Nick Lidstrom wants one more cup with Nicholas Kronwall. In this universe, Nick Lidstrom has 3 Stanley Cups. Okay, yes. Campbell and Boychuk, Gervais and Weidman, and Nikolai Habibulin, who they picked up at the trade deadline, 35-year-old, 88 overall, Nikolai Habibulin. Wasn't crazy in the season, but here in the actually negative 1.86 goals saved above expected, 2.54 goals against, 915 save percentage. I wonder here against Habibulin if that'll be a good thing for us. Yeah, so there are the overalls for everybody as well. Lidstrom Kronwall partnership. McMahon, Rosé, and Mathieu Dandonneau as the healthy scratches. As we move into the 2008 Stanley Cup final against the Red Wings, I said it before, I'll say it just one last time. Leave that like if you haven't already for some good luck. Cagney's donation is hopefully holding up for the good luck. He has such good luck when he donates, so hopefully that holds up too. And also the good luck that we got from James joining on as a channel member. So game 1 of the 08 Stanley Cup final starts now here in Ottawa. One last sip. My water's done. Got to hold me the rest of the way. Kronwall scores the first goal of the Cup final from Dumont and Datsuk. 1-0 Red Wings early. They'll hang on to that through the rest of the first period, it looks like. Yes, second period now. Power play Red Wings again. That's Kronwall with his second on the power play. His 8th of the playoffs from Datsuk and Brooks. But Camilleri, his 10th on the power play from Yashin and Eriksson. We now have three scorers who have 10 goals or more. That's what I'm trying to say. Camilleri, his second night and 11th on the power play, ties this game at 2 from Yashin and Eriksson. Then Getzlaf, his 11th, puts us up 3-2 from down 2-0 to up 3-2. Kotasbekov getting the assist. 4-2, Getzlaf, his second. Kotasbekov and Red in the assists. 2 from Camilleri, 2 from Getzlaf. 4-2 Sens, and we'll come back from an early scare down 2-0 to win game 1, 4-2 the final. Getzlaf 2, Kronwall 2, Camilleri 2 goals. That's crazy. And we'll win game 1 in a bit of a surprising one. Thank you very much. Whew, big win at home. Down 2-0, but win 4-2. And now what? Chris Phillips is out for a year? Oh my goodness, this could be like career ending. Chris Phillips, major knee injury. He's out for 12 months. Over a year, 373 days. He's out for all of next season, maybe back in the Stanley Cup final next year. So he's going to be out for all of 08-09 and hopefully back for 09-10. He's now 30 years old. That's going to be a huge negative to the health for him. Chris Phillips will be out for a year. Thank goodness we have some defense in our system. That kind of solves the problem there. That's the longest injury I've seen. Hold on, we got to call somebody up now. This is going to be Kaller coming up. 82 overall Kaller. Yes. So roster moves. Kaller's coming up to the NHL. Victor Kaller. Like that. Special teams. There you go. That's the longest I've ever seen, says James. He's probably done. Yeah, he'll be, what, 30? I don't know when his birthday is, but he'll be, what, 32 or something when he's back. So Kaller's going to go into the lineup. Victor Kaller, who was a 4th-round pick of ours in 2004. He's seen good growth, 59, 66, 73, 78, now an 82 overall. 21 years old, 106 points in the AHL this year. He's seen a ton of growth. This is going to be his audition to make the NHL next season. So Caberlet Redden, Paradis Rachnik, Kaller Vitalinish. That's going to be the defensive core. And then who's the best defenseman available? Caberlet 83, Vitalinish 83. So I suppose Caberlet will get the ice time there on the penalty kill. Rachnik will come here, though, probably. Sorry, ratings. Yeah, we'll keep it like that. If this series goes as far as when the Red Wings became Eastern Conference team, will you switch that? I believe the game does that itself, actually, Mighty Joe. All right, that is a crazy knee injury for Chris Phillips, but we'll have to keep on going and hopefully we can win the cup for him. Game 2, up 1-0 in the Stanley Cup final at home in Ottawa. Let's keep it going. Let's do it for Chris. Bergeron scores, but then Jagr scores twice back-to-back very quickly within like 30 seconds of each other. Jagr's 9th from Getzlaf and Kotaspikov, then his 10th unassisted. We now have 4 players who have scored 10 goals or more through this postseason. Get your Conn Smythe votes in for whoever wins the Stanley Cup. Power play Ottawa, we're up 2-1 thanks to Jaromir Jagr. 36-year-old Jaromir Jagr, unless he became 37. Holmstrom from Boychuk and Beach. As you can see here, Jagr, yes, 36-year-old Jaromir Jagr. Future first ballot Hall of Famer. Speaking of first ballot Hall of Fame, Datsuk on the power play from Brooks and Dumont, put the Red Wings up 3-2. But then Savard ties it 3-3 with his 4th from Alfredsson. 3-3 game, power play Sens, power play Red Wings, halfway through the third, final 10 minutes. Okposo, the rookie with his 4th, assisted by Kaller, who scores a point in his first career NHL postseason game. Then Milas on the 4th line from Kobasu, and that'll be enough to put it to bed. From down 3-2, the Senators come back and win 5-3. Okposo, the rookie from Kaller in his first postseason game, or first NHL game ever, getting his first point. Then Milas on the 4th line from Kobasu. Jagr, 2 goals, gets the first star. Kaller gets the assist in his first NHL game. And we win 5-3 to take both games at home and now have a 2-0 lead in this Stanley Cup final, moving to Detroit. Oh my goodness. Here we go for Game 3. Game 3 here against the Red Wings in Detroit. Power play Sens early. Keep it up, Niemi. Keep it up. I am starving over here. It's past lunchtime. I am starving. I need some goldfish crackers or something just to keep me going. Actually, there's some great sweet potato crackers that I love. A little sponsorship, if I could throw that out there. Second period, Red Wings power play kill off. They're 0-for-3. No goals for either side until Jaromir Jagr scores his 11th from Redden and Getzlaf. One of the best deadline pickups of all time. Not Brad Marchand in 2025. It's Jaromir Jagr in 2008. Kobasu scores his 1st from Milas and Neser. There's the 4th line contributing. Power play Sens killed off. We're out shooting the Red Wings 27-20 here in the third, up 2-0. Antti Niemi is a man possessed as we have a 2-0 lead into the final 10 minutes now. Power play Sens all killed off. We're 0-for-5 on the power play. Both teams are 0-for-5. Final 3 minutes, and we'll hang on not only for the victory, but for a 30-save shutout from Antti Niemi. 2-0 Sens the final. Jagr and Kobasu. Jagr the game winner. We outshoot the Red Wings 37-30. I've seen someone post in the Discord about an 18-month injury. Well, there we go. 13-month, we got that. 3-0 lead in the Stanley Cup final. 1 win away from the Stanley Cup as Antti Niemi gets another shutout here in the postseason. That is incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm starving. I can't keep this up forever. I am starving. Give me, please, just 30 seconds to go run and grab some crackers here as you just take a look at the stats here. Can we look at the stats like this? Yes, take a look at the stats. 25 points from Cronwall. What? When I get back, I want to hear your Conn Smythe votes. All right, here are the stats. 30 seconds. Who's your Conn Smythe vote right now? All right, we're back. A little ASMR for you. Antti Noemi says Bronco. Kotaspikov from Gen Z. Now look at Niemi. 1.38 goals against average, 7 wins, 3 shutouts. If he had played longer, maybe 951 save percentage. That's crazy. Kotaspikov, 14 goals, 30 points. Getzlaf, 12 goals, 31 points. And Cronwall's crazy. I'll give you a little crunch in the mic. Here you go. Little crunch. Some people like that, some people don't, so I won't go too crazy with it. But I'm starving, like I said. All right. Here we go. Game 4 of the Stanley Cup final. And Getzlaf, 4 game-winning goals. That's what James says. So his vote goes to Getzlaf. All right, we'll see what the game does, no matter who wins the Stanley Cup. Game 4 in Detroit to sweep the Red Wings and win our second cup in 4 years and the second of the GM data era. Here we go. Can the Sens finish it off with Getzlaf, Yager, and everybody else? 1-0 early, Chuck Kobasu from Redden and Milas. Yashin is 8th from Louis Eriksson. It's 2-0 early, ladies and gentlemen. 3-0 Cabriolet from Getzlaf and Redden. Already 3-0. 10 minutes in even, sorry. Second period now with a 3-0 lead. There's Brooks. Hold on. We've seen this before. Brooks from Zumo and Datsuk. It's 3-1. 2-goal game. Power play Sens. Power play Red Wings now 3-2. Sergei Fedorov, 38-year-old Sergei Fedorov. One last Stanley Cup final for him. 3-2 Red Wings. Power play Detroit killed off. 4-2. Thank you. Camilleri restores the 2-goal cushion. Eriksson makes it 3 again. Hold on. Let's pause here. So Camilleri, 2.5 minutes left from Alfredsson and Ratchenik, his 12th. Eriksson's 3rd from Okposo and Vitalinesh with 53 seconds left in the period. Shots are tied at 20 with 18 minutes to go in the 3rd period, and we lead 5-2 with a 3-goal cushion. Power play Sens. 13 minutes to go. Ladies and gentlemen, will this be enough? Zupmo, hold on. Let's slow it down. Times 15 into the final little bit here. Okay, what am I saying? Times 15. It's 0.15. Okay, let's go 0.25. There we go. Let's let it count down a little bit here as I grab another cracker. Sweet potato crackers, very good. Underrated. 5 minutes to go. As the Red Wings are out shooting us 30-27. But Antiniemi has stood his ground. Yashin puts it to bed. Ladies and gentlemen, we've finally done it again. For the second time in franchise history, the Ottawa Senators are Stanley Cup champions, sweeping the Detroit Red Wings in 4 games of the 2008 Stanley Cup final to capture their second cup in franchise history and second in 4 years. Can we make it 3 in 5 next year? We'll find out. But the Ottawa Senators are Stanley Cup champions. Woo! The Jaromir Jagr pickup paid off in a huge way. Yashin first starting this one with 2 goals. Eriksson a goal and an assist. We sweep the Sens, and Captain Daniel Alfredsson raises the Stanley Cup above his head once again. Yashin gets it next, then Wade Redden. Phillips is out there in a knee brace raising the Stanley Cup. Jagr, who hasn't won the cup since I don't know what year it was, years and years ago. Jaromir Jagr comes to Ottawa, wins the Stanley Cup as a huge part of the run. Getzlaf, Kotaspakov, Antiniemi, everyone raising the cup above their heads with such pride and so much to be proud of this Senators team. Stanley Cup champions. I can't wait to see who the Conn Smythe winner is, but Getzlaf ends with 32 points in 21 games. 14 goals and 30 points in 22 from Kotaspakov, 26 from Jaromir Jagr. Jagr now a 4-time Stanley Cup champion, or I don't know if he even registered yet, maybe a 5-time Stanley Cup champion. As he last won the cup, did the Penguins win in 2004? I'm not sure. Anyways, his best postseason, tying his career high in a postseason. Sorry, no, his third best, tying his 3rd best postseason. Now with 279 points in 237 games. Jaromir Jagr going to go into the Hall of Fame, not just as history saying that he was a Senator, but he won a cup with the Sens. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I wonder if he could stick around next year, but probably going to go down too much. I'm going to donate a huge spot just for a solo ASMR video, just for you, Joe. Here for the crunch. The crunch, the chewing is one thing. The crunch can be like the crunch. I won't chew in the microphone, though. After Jagr, so we had 1, 2, 3 in scoring in the league. 5 was Redden, 24 points in 22 games. Yashin, 9 goals, 16 points, as he really turned things around. 0.73 points in the playoffs, 0.68 points in the season. Okay, good. Like to see that. Eriksson, 16. Alfredsson, 15. The captain still out there. Camilleri had 12 goals and 1 assist, 13 points. Savard, 11. Cabriolet, 10. Milas, 9. Okposo, 8. Ratchenik and Kobasu with 5. Phillips, 4. Vitalinesh and Neser with 2. Paradia and Kaller with 1. And we are Stanley Cup champions. Lettinen, we had to pull him when he was struggling too much. We turned to Antiniemi, who goes 8-1 with 3 shutouts, a 1.56 goals against average, and a 945 save percentage. What are we going to do next year with Tuukka Rask coming up? I don't know. I do not know. But all I know is that we are Stanley Cup champions and life is good. So we'll sim to the awards. We'll start thinking about the offseason plan. I'm not sure Johnny will do this for a month. I'm not sure when the next stream will be because now I'm leaving for the States in 5 days. So I'm not sure if we'll get another HLM stream before I'm back into July. We're kind of moving. We're almost into where things are going to be very spotty. As I'm getting married in a month, I'm leaving in a week. I'm going to be back a week after that. We'll have a little bit of content in July, but then from the end of July to mid-August, there will be nothing because I'm going to be fully gone, wedding, honeymoon, everything. But just to say, I'm not sure when the next HLM stream will be. So at least if we're taking a little bit of a pause now for a few weeks, we can say that we ended off as Stanley Cup champions. 08 Cup champs, the Ottawa Senators. Bakersfield wins down in the AHL. And other wins around here. I dropped a piece of the cracker. Not bad. Hey, the ants are going to come over here. Sorry. Wheat Kings, blah, 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 Michigan State. All right. Playoffs, there it is in the tree if you want to see it. Senators in the tree. Sim to the awards. All right, awards time. We've been waiting for these. We already know some of them for sure. The 08 Awards Show. So the Hart Memorial Trophy. Jason Allison. Me6 Bot. Oh, really? And Patrick Elias. What? The 2 leading point scorers in the NHL aren't up for league MVP? Is it because they're both really good and like neither of them are just like fully carrying their team? Allison, Me6, and Elias. Wow. And the winner is Me6 Bot. Me6 Bot with 40 goals and 107 points. One of our created players. One of Hobbsy's created players. 26th overall pick in 2002. Wins the Hart. Now the Conn Smythe. Getzlaf, Koltaspakov, and we knew those were 2, and Jagger. So Jagger has 1 Conn Smythe in his career, of course. So Getzlaf, Koltaspakov, or Jagger, who will receive it here? 08 Conn Smythe winner is Ryan Getzlaf with his 32 points in 21 games, 4 game-winning goals. He is the 08 Conn Smythe winner. ER Ross, we already know. Ryan Getzlaf wins that one. Koltaspakov, Kessler, and Getzlaf. There you go, Getzlaf. Now the Calder. Does Okposo get a nomination here? Yes, he does. So I'm going to stop eating. I just needed a quick little bite. I was getting really hungry. So Okposo, Hemsky, and Martinez. I think the win goes to Martinez, but nice to see that Okposo at least gets that nomination. And yes, indeed, Michael Martinez wins the 08 Calder Trophy. The Rocket, we know that Koltaspakov won his second now, back-to-back. Getzlaf, Crosby, and Koltaspakov. Koltaspakov wins the Rocket. The Adam Oates. I didn't check this, actually. Who had the most assists? Scott Gomez with 71. Ryan Kessler with 75. Ed Jovanovski with 72. So Ryan Kessler wins the Adam Oates Trophy over in Chicago. Selke Trophy now. Koltaspakov. He got a nomination last year, I think. Crosby and Datsuk. Ooh, so Datsuk's third, or Crosby or Koltaspakov's first. Selke Trophy goes to Pavel Datsuk with his third Selke. Makes sense. What a legend. The Paul Coffey. Wade Redden, he's already won 3 of them, but Jovanovski's going to win his first this year. Kimmo Timonen also in there. But yes, it's going to be Ed Jovanovski winning his first for the best offensive defenseman. The best defensive now, let's see. Between Nicholas Lidstrom, who's already won 5. Scott Niedermayer, who's won 1. And Wade Redden, who has won 1 as well. Another nomination for Wade Redden. The winner is Wade Redden! His second James Norris Trophy. Let's go. He wins the Coffee last year, the James Norris this year. Now, the best goalie is let him get a nomination. He won't win. Does he get nominated? Brodeur, Lundqvist, and Jaguar. Yes, Jaguar. So Brodeur, Lundqvist, will they win their second, or will it be Jaguar's first? The winner is Martin Brodeur with just his second Vezina in this universe. 2 Vezinas for Brodeur. And finally, the Jack Adams Peter Sullivan. Will he win it again? I wonder. Eddie Olczyk nominated once again. Taylor Ward in Vancouver. Will Sullivan win a 4th consecutive Jack Adams? Yes, he will. Peter Sullivan. Who else but Peter? And finally, let's just see the AHL MVP. Rob Kraft. Paul Stastny, 144 points. Or Tuukka Rask with his crazy record. Winner is Paul Stastny, 47 goals, 144 points. He's ready for the AHL. Let's reveal all the rest of the awards. Anything else? Sorry, no, it would be AHL. AHL. So Stastny MVP, Stastny most best offensive player. Kaller best offensive defenseman, Rask best goalie. Anywhere else? QMJHL awards like that. Giroux, Marchessault, Rafael Diaz. Glenn Cross, blah, 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 Bobrovsky. Okay. Let's go back to the NHL. All right, that's the awards. Sorry, so that's done. Now to retirements. I wonder if Jagger would retire. I don't think so. What? Chris Phillips retires? Whoa, 30-year-old retirement. Chris Phillips has a major knee injury in the Stanley Cup final, which forces him to retire at the age of 30, a franchise legend who we really wanted to have in this series, and we have had him. But 30-year-old Chris Phillips, the first-round pick, the first overall selection in the 1996 draft, forced into retirement after 2 Stanley Cups, 824 games as a Senator, 34 goals, 205 assists, 239 points. Wow, a plus 169, averaging 22-23 of ice time in his career. 28 points in his postseason career of 139 games where he won 2 Stanley Cups. Corsi for percentage of 54.5. Wow. International? Did he represent Canada a few times? Yes, he did. Can you make him a coach or something? I'm not sure. Never had that happen to me before. Retires at 30 years of age. So that frees up money and a spot. But I am shocked. Chris Phillips retires. Former guys who played for the Senators, Vincent Damphousse, Zemuner. Who else retires? Rod Brindamore, Brendan Shanahan, Sergei Fedorov, Rob Blake. Career-ending injury for Chris Phillips. Brutal. Wow. So keep an eye on that. We got him 2 Stanley Cups, though, at least. We got him 2 Stanley Cups. Now, the draft lottery. Who's getting those Stamkos sweepstakes? Let's see. Will the Kings remain first? Start that lottery and see. We haven't had any huge jumps. Top 14 to 10 stays the same. Top 5. Okay, here we go. 4th, still LA from Pittsburgh. 3rd, Buffalo drops. LA drops, and the Thrashers jump to number 1. So Thrashers, Kings, Sabres, Kings will be the draft order. The Canadians also pick at 8 and 12 for the draft lottery there. And that's it. Sim to draft. Staff. So Ridley. Okay, let's re-sign all the staff members. Definitely Peter Sullivan. Take as much money as you want. Contract declined. Yeah, of course. Let's be greedy. Okay. 2.7. But how much do you want, sir? How about you tell me how much you want, and I'll give it to you. Offer accepted. $3 million. Okay. Ruskowski. Terry Ruskowski. I think it tells you who's expiring. I have to scroll through everybody and look. Are they expiring? Are they expiring? No, it just says expiring. Click on them. Sign them. You're done. Decline. Here's an extra 100K. There you go. Vladimir Kozlov. Okay. That should be everybody there. Coaches, scouts, blah, blah, blah. Sim to draft. Oh, here we are. So I'll wait for getting into the draft itself. So let's save here. Let's just quickly talk about our game plan moving into the next episode. For any of the comments that you want to leave down here on YouTube or over the Discord server. Sergei Zubov got bought out. Wow. Okay. So, yes, I just saved. Now, looking at the depth chart. So, actually, no, looking at contracts first. So, contracts, we're going to have a decent bit of money here. We have about 10 million to play with. Jarmelson, all the young guys will get their contracts for sure. The only big contracts we have to think about would be potentially Jaromir Jagr, Niemi, Vitalinish, and that's about it. So, if you right-click on them, it goes right to the sign screen. Oh, well, I'm already here anyways. Thanks. Wait, so right-click like this? Oh, because, yeah, okay, I gotcha. So Jagr will be looking at 4 years at 3.6 million. Niemi 6 by 2.8. Vitalina 3 by 2.1. Eesh, I don't know about some of those. And it's just the depth chart as well. Do we have room to keep around Jaromir Jagr? I don't think so. So Koltaspikov, Getzlaf, Jagr. So the first line next year could be Getzlaf, Koltaspikov on the right, Camilleri on the left. So Camilleri, Getzlaf, Koltaspikov. Second line, Eriksson, Milas, Savard. Third line, Okposo, Alfredsson, Yashin. Fourth line, fill in the blanks, Franzen, Hendricks, and Neeser. So Jagr could stay if we were moving on from Yashin or Alfredsson, but I don't think we really have to. They're still signed on for 1 more year. Yeah, they have 1 more year on both of their contracts, so why force them out early as franchise legends who just won another cup? On defense, now without Chris Phillips, we need a new top pair left D. Could that be Thomas Kaberle? So Kaberle, Redden, first pair. Second pair, Paradis, Ratchnik. Third pair, Kaller, Vitalinish? Question mark. Or Jarmelson maybe making the team as well. Do we go out and think about a big free agent? And for goaltending, Lettinen 92, but Niemi just had that crazy postseason. Rask is an 82 now. He wants to be in the NHL, I would think. Maybe trade Kudobin and Wall plays AHL. I don't know. That is a tough one. So we're in a position of power. That's the good news. There's a lot to think about. At the draft itself, I'm going to go into the draft, but I'll stop my, I'll save here so I can just exit it after. In the draft itself, we know that there's going to be a lot of good value guys out there. Absolutely, there's going to be some good value guys. Once this saves. So at the draft itself, Stamkos up there, blah, blah, blah. We pick at 60, 71, 90. So at those picks, we can get some good players. At 60 and wherever else, we see, I don't know, Danny DeKaiser, Adam Henrique. Ponikarovsky, Gustav Nyquist. Or if we sort by potential overall. Jacob Markstrom, goaltender, of course. Roman Josi is going to be there, but I'd be too cheesy to take him at 30. I have to let him, he has to be going higher. This guy Cone is interesting. Maybe 87 overall there. Bailey, Miles, Myers, Tenby, Patrick Maroon, Cam Atkinson. There's some decent value guys in there. Schultz, Voinov, I don't want to touch. Spiza, Ruda. Yeah. Or do we think about trading up for one of these value guys, like a Marcia So? Who, no, he probably wouldn't be there. Like Erik Karlsson, can we trade in the top 10 and get him for the Senators, just for the Senators storyline? If we wanted to trade in the top 10 to draft Erik Karlsson, we probably have to get Montreal's second pick. They have 2 picks. So I wonder if they want to trade one of them. They would want to trade. So let's say we want Montreal's pick at 12. If that even has Erik Karlsson still around, they'd want Jarmelson, Jonassen, and our 2009 first. That's in a larger deal, though. If I replace it with a second. Yeah, so Jarmelson in a second for Erik Karlsson. Are we okay with doing that? We can think about that for sure. If he even drops to 12, you never know what might happen. So, yeah, we'll leave it about there. So we pick 60, 71, 90. There's some value guys we could pick up in there, but there's some decent guys who are going to drop later in this draft, like whether it be Josi or Karlsson. If we could trade up into the top 15 and take one, that would go a very long way. We'd have to trade out some excess, though. We can't just have a million prospects. We have to trade out some excess in that deal, whatever it might be. So, ladies and gentlemen, that will end it off there for stream 1 of 4 on the day and 2 of 5 over the 24 hours. This was a longer stream than I thought it would be, so I'm going to pause for some lunch. I'm starving. We'll probably come back, I want to say 3 p.m. Eastern, so I'll leave a little hour break. 3 p.m. Eastern, we'll come back for the Blue Jays 2030 season with the Blue Jays coming your way at 3 p.m. Eastern. Then we'll do the Islanders. Then we'll do the mock draft. So still a lot of content today. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit that bell to be notified when they come and when we go live here on the channel. Thanks for being here. Looking forward to reading all your thoughts in the comments. Stanley Cup champions here in 2008. Now, where do we go from here to try and make it 3 in 5? We go on 2 and 4. Now, how do we make it 3 and 5? Thank you for your service, Chris Phillips. What do we do next from here into 08-09? I look forward to reading your thoughts and getting into the next one, wherever that might be, with a little break coming up. But definitely seeing you in the next, hopefully, couple of hours in our Blue Jay stream on MLB The Show 25. Have an enjoyable Saturday, and we'll talk again soon. Yes, thank you, James. Catch you later.